Why isn't this not working? Yeah. Yeah, they just want to do like the IP theft. They don't. Oh, nice. You use photo bucket, Don? Are you using it for like to retain them, or are you using it to share them? Me? Okay. Oh, this is going to crash Skype. Yeah. It's going to crash everything. Let's see if this works. Default device. Hello. Say something, guys. Did that fix anything?
I was vaguely interested in the Amazon slog, but seeing how the deco actually turned out and just getting a better look at the toy, I'm really not interested anymore.
Okay, that should be fixed. And Chrome crashed on me, but that's fine. I don't care.
Do you really need it?
Well...
Wait, well, Brian, I think there's a fix to get the Chrome off that figure if you want it to.
Yeah, just chemical solutions. It's fine.
Yeah.
I thought you just let it sit for a couple years and it comes off.
Yeah, but if you want it done a little bit faster. No, I saw a video about this. I don't remember what the brand name was, but it's a big purple jug of chemical that you can pour in a little container and submerge chrome parts in. No, it's not acetone. That will eat the plastic. This will take the chrome off without damaging plastic.
Purple power.
I think that's it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you depending on the size of the part, you submerge it in the stuff. You may leave it for a few hours or overnight just to make sure it gets all of it, but it works pretty fast. And like in the case of Leader Jetfire, that's red plastic underneath the chrome. So you can take all that chrome off and it will look just fine.
Don, so is that a Digibash or is that the actual paint job on that?
No, that's the paint job he did.
Who did it?
That's Hey Mickey. If I'm not, unless I'm getting my people mixed up.
It's really nice.
I think he might have done one for himself.
And Massey is a kitten in that other photo, or is that Massey now?
No, that's Massey when he was younger.
He's adorable. Oh, I've seen all these photos. These other photos.
Yeah.
I just use Flickr. If I have to share photos other than Facebook.
I was using PhotoBucket just because it was around for, forever.
I'm surprised it's still around.
Really wrong with that.
Yeah.
I have no idea if John's going to be on. Rob said he'll be late, and Amy is going to be on. Hello, people watching live. I'm not going to be hosting the show. I've been talking. I've been talking for the last 40 minutes, and my voice is still here, but I just, yeah, I'm sick. I don't have it in me.
That Terradrome finally showed up on ToysRUs.com.
Hold on, be right back.
At $100.
Well, now that looks like it's a pretty expansive set.
It's like 800 and something pieces. I know that. I ordered it because I had a coupon, and I went in and I was like, I'll sign up for the credit card because Don, you have the credit card, and you said you get good discounts on it and stuff.
Well, Thursdays you get 10% off extra.
Yeah.
Plus sometimes you get coupons. There's always special financing offers. I mainly got it today, the Legacy Dragon Daggers, because everybody wanted Dragon Daggers that I know, and I didn't have the money kind of to get them for everybody. So I thought, well, if I use this discount when you sign up for it, plus them being on sale, I was able to get everybody who needed Dragon Daggers, relatively cheaper than what they came out at.
Yeah, so I signed up for it, and they because I guess they're really they really want credit card signups, they stacked coupon codes for me. So it ended up only costing me $65 for.
That's sweet. Well, I was at Toys R Us today. They changed their truck days, so they get a truck yesterday and tomorrow. But I walked in through the electronics, and I saw some things that I am going to have to get. I'm just debating on which one to get first. They came out with the Intellivision flashback system, the ColecoVision flashback system, the new Atari 5 flashback system that has 95 games, and the Sega flashback system. The Sega has Comic Zone and all 3 Altered Beasts. The ColecoVision has stuff I've never heard before, but it has Zaxxon. I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to wind up having to get one of them.
Or just all of them.
Well, I mean, see, I've got the Flashback 4.
Well, that's right. You're not Kilby. You won't just buy them because.
Yeah. Well, see, I've got my JVC XI that plays my Sega cartridges, but I never got Altered Beast. I've got Comic Zone still, but I never got Altered Beast, and that's got all 3 of them. So I might go tomorrow when they got the 10% off and pick up the Sega version, because it does that, Comic Zone and Altered Beast, and then at some point I'll pick up the Coleco version. It'd be weird if the Coleco version came with a little port you could just plug the Atari one into. So, a friend of mine actually had the Atari adapter for the ColecoVision before they got sued.
1970 what, Don?
Actually it was 82, 83.
Close enough.
Before E.T. ruined everything.
E.T. phone home.
And E.T. is not, surprisingly, E.T. is not on the Atari Flashback 5. I wish.
The hell you say?
It's probably a hidden game on there.
How could they leave out such a gem?
Yeah, I know, it's outrageous that they did that. It's just truly, truly outrageous.
That way they
Is
can't
that
do
red
stream.
Is that red jet that goes with the Terradrome? Is that the fire jet? What the heck is the fire bat?
Yes.
I put fire.
And it's amazing that I know. So I mean, I know a lot about G.I. Joe. I have none of the toys.
Yeah. So with that set, they really make you buy 2 sets, but luckily the other one's already on clearance.
Heck, you could probably sell the Serpentor from that set and get most of your 65 back just from the Serpentor.
Yeah.
You've got a point. I mean,
well, it's like I said, Vangelist said it's a Serpentor with a free Terradrome.
That set will probably not even be open because I have nowhere to put it if I build it. It's like there's so many things I'm buying lately, and I'm just like, I'm not opening you till I get a new house.
Yeah, it's sort of like I still have the Republic Cruiser from 4 years ago, and I still have not put it together.
The Lego one?
Yeah. I sold my Star Destroyer to pay for Cyclops and another bigger figure that I bought because I got pretty good money for the Star Destroyer. But the Rebel Cruiser is kind of unique design. You know, I kind of want to keep it, but when Quantron comes in, maybe that'll go up on the auction block.
hey Don.
Yes.
Mickey just said no.
Mickey said no.
He told me to tell you no.
No, that he's not going to paint one for me at some point?
No, just no in general. No, Don. No.
Hey, we'll tell Giga Mickey I appreciate it.
It's not like he's asking you to drink a gallon of oil.
You know, Don. You know what I had for breakfast a couple days ago?
A gallon of oil?
No, but it's close.
Oh.
Hardee's now has a fried bologna and Velveeta
Velveeta sandwich. Yes,
yeah.
What?
I have not had it.
Now I'm all about fried bologna. Fried bologna is great, but the Velveeta was just a little much.
Yeah, Velveeta is a little.
I've never had, to my knowledge, I've never had Velveeta before.
Really?
Yeah.
How are you alive and have never had Velveeta before?
I don't know.
I poke fun at Don for sitting there and eating a block of Velveeta like an apple, but that's kind of different. I'm not like morally opposed to Velveeta as a concept.
Andrew's cursing me because he says he wants all 4 systems. It's like they're $39.99 a piece, Andrew. So you're looking
Which
at
system?
about the 4 flashback. There's 4 flashback systems out now, Brian.
Oh, right now, currently?
Yeah, the Coleco, the Atari 5, the Intellivision, and the Sega. The Sega has the Altered Beast and all 3 Golden Axes. The ColecoVision has
that's a flashback, or is that just a Sega system that plays?
No, it's the games are built in.
But is it branded flashback? Because I thought the flash.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Yes.
Lassie, what is it, silly bug?
Is it just me or is diecast kind of like overexposed?
Oh, is it because I was looking away? Some reason when I look away, it changes.
Or are you looking at a website or web page? It's like all white or something.
On one of the other screens.
You might see if you can disable the auto adjust on your webcam.
Okay.
Because I've noticed that kind of going on and off while we've been streaming.
Oh, hey, do we have let me check the notes. Do we have in the notes about Shatterglass? Blindfire.
Shattered Glass what?
Blindfire.
What?
Blindfire.
I don't think so.
Oh, the Make Toys Strafe.
Yeah,
no, I specifically left that out because why? Who cares?
Now I'll be honest though, a Computron in Abominous colors. Well, we've seen those pictures that people have done color inversions on them. It's kind of nice.
No, it's a Shattered Glass one.
I mean, the toy looks nice enough in those colors, but I'm not like super interested in that.
No. Okay. Well, I need to go take care of something. I will be back in just a moment.
He has to go to the bathroom.
There's plenty of time.
I was trying to not.
We all got to go, Don.
Okay.
Don,
Well,
remember these words of wisdom. Everybody poops.
Right. Well, Luckily, Massey's litter box is right here, so it won't take me long.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I just that's that's standard fare for RFC.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm blue now.
A little yellow, actually. I think
No.
you got some jaundice going there.
Now I'm on fire.
That looks better. Maybe desaturate a little bit.
That's the auto.
Hello.
Hey, Amy.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, how's everybody?
Good. So Melvar and Diecast were saying a few minutes ago that you haven't been on in like a year. That's not true, is it?
No, I probably haven't been on since I got pregnant.
That was like yesterday. So
That was like
you've been
4
pregnant
months ago.
Been pregnant 18 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations. I haven't told you.
Congratulations.
Oh,
in
thank you.
on
Thank you,
Skype.
guys.
Can you,
Yeah, I'm
do you
really
want to turn your
starting to
video?
feel it.
You want to turn your video on, or are you going to leave it off?
No, I'm going to turn it on. Unless you want it off. I mean,
No.
No, we can always put Don and Diecast off video if we need the space.
Yeah. Oh, let me see if John's going to be on. I mentioned
Well-
to John.
Well, he did pop on Skype.
I was
So
hoping
thanks as always, Kilby, for giving me the Madhouse episode to host.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
He said you can handle it, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have before. The show will be 4 hours long, but I can handle it. It's just going to be another superhero time, the RFC edition.
Awesome. He's coming, and he's off camera.
Okay. That makes it easier for him to sneak away and baby
Yeah.
and breathe at us.
Bless you.
And breathe at us.
Bless you.
John.
You alright there, John?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Hello.
Hey, John.
Whoa. What is this? It's like a reunion.
I know.
This is awesome.
I know, all we really need is Peter
Hi.
back, and...
Yeah, there we have the whole gang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the new people, too. Woohoo!
It'll be like 2012 all over again.
We're not the new 52, though.
Thank God.
No, absolutely not.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, how are you, Don?
I am doing good. Welcome back to the Crazy Farm.
Hey, Don, tap your mic.
Now, I've already fixed this once.
Yeah, you're not.
You're fine, Don.
I think he's fine.
Oh, okay.
It may be John.
Yeah,
why, what-
John's got the breathing noises.
Oh, do I?
Well, when I
Not
heard
smoke.
Don sneeze, he didn't even have his headset on. That's how I knew it was.
Oh man, it's been so long since I had to figure out where's the website that has it live, so I get on the chat room.
It's at tfradio.net.
Oh, Amy, let me be the first of the...
Just one chat that's also on a separate page.
Yeah, just
Two.
click live.
Yeah.
And the pop-out link over the chat, I think.
Or at tfarmers.com. I think I've got that on the site. I'm going to do 5 discrete screen regions next split.
Can you do that? Yeah, of course you can do that.
Because my new computer is way faster than my old one.
Woohoo!
Well,
Got a new computer.
can we use the new spiffy backdrop?
Not yet, Don. Not yet.
New backdrop.
I thought I showed it to you. I'll show it to you. John did something amazing.
Yes.
My
John,
God.
Did I not
That-
send it to you, ExVee? Are you?
John did
I don't
it
think-
just for me.
Okay, John
Yeah.
did it. Yeah.
I
You
had
did
the
it just
floating
for me.
head of Don in mind. Don, you look like you have where'd your body go?
I'm still in the kitchen. I'm using a different setup.
You need a lamp in your kitchen.
Well, I do.
It's creepy.
Well, hang on.
Although I
That
think the point
car
is to try
zap
to avoid
looks...
lighting himself.
ExVee.
Duh.
Plus, I changed
Sorry.
shirts. The shirt I had on was kind of not very professional looking.
You should have mail any second.
Was it like
Where's
profane?
the profession here, right?
No, well, no, it was a sleeveless I'm not gonna say what the general term for it is, considering what's happened recently.
Wow.
But
So you're going to take us to the gun show.
Anyway, Amy, I wanted to pass along my congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Diecast, are you going to get Amy to autograph your T-shirt?
All I said was the quality of the T-shirt was very good.
The rock and roll shirts.
The manufacturer of the actual T-shirt. It wasn't Gildan. It was some other name, but
yeah,
it was
it's American Apparel.
American Apparel.
Yeah, that's
okay.
We were looking at doing T-shirts, matching T-shirts for TFCon, since so many of us are going to be there, and
nice.
We were trying to figure out who to do it other than Cafe Press.
And I said I wanted to do it with, I want to get the same shirts that you were using because they were really nice, and
Oh yeah, they're really soft, they're stretchy, and I like them. They're my favorite, so that's why I keep on going back to them. But yeah, and then after you've washed them about a bazillion times, they don't get that
wrinkly,
sandpapery feel. That's like, because I've had my kids have like Gildan shirts, and they start shrinking up, and they just long wear. They just don't cut it.
And where'd you get them from? American Apparel?
I get them. No, not American. It's the brand is American Apparel, but the printer that I print it through is called Custom Ink.
Custom Ink. I'm gonna bookmark that right now.
They're really awesome. I really like their stuff. They're super awesome with their customer service and everything.
Are they expensive or no?
If you buy in bulk, it's better.
Define bulk.
He's the guy that
more than 10.
More than 10, yeah.
Chris, he's the guy that hangs out with Skull.
Yeah. Except in Samurai, in which case.
But they have a couple
Spike.
of different brands to choose from, so you can look and see what you can find. I want to say that maybe they've got different ways on how to save, so it just depends on how many you're gonna buy. But
there you go, American Apparel. Okay, yeah. Nice.
Okay, yeah, I like these backgrounds.
Lots of colors is great. So.
Yeah. John did that just for me, and I don't care what any of y'all say. It was just for me.
See, because I figured you could probably do like the RFC, just single RFC, like on the front here, like where my American Eagle is, and then on the back you could have like a bigger logo, RFC logo or something.
Yep. If you're just gonna go like black and white, the ink printing of it's pretty cheap. If you're gonna do color, you'll have to fiddle around with prices and see what you think. They've got like an designer and everything, so it's cool.
I just thought of something. Skull Cruncher in alligator mode with his mouth open and RFC in his mouth. It's to be like a little Skull Cruncher polo shirt.
Yeah, that's like skirting top of your ice a little bit.
I like the thought, though.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, now, have you? Are you already thinking about names yet, Amy, or is it still too far out?
We find out in about a month.
Okay.
What we're having, and then we'll start.
So
names.
It's Ariel or Orion. Will your husband let you do that?
Well, I figured Daniel was at least in the top.
Or Carly, yeah.
Oh, Carly.
Or either way, it could be Nightbeat.
Nightbeat, yeah.
I called Don's Minerva figure Nightbeat. Knowing, obviously I know that it's Minerva, but one, it's Nightbeat colors, and two, Master Force dub.
Yeah.
I now have all three, so I'm very happy.
Oh, good.
And I got them a lot cheaper than they were a year and a half ago.
Do you have G1 Minerva, Don?
No, I can't bring myself to pay that much for that figure. That's why I'm hoping we get the Fans Project one eventually.
How much would Minerva go for now if you were to buy one? Because
Hydra had one at last BotCon with the box. Box was about a 6 or 7. Minerva was fairly white. She had a little tinting in some places, not bad. Didn't. Now, Hydra, if you see this, please correct me on some social media if I'm wrong.
He's not going to. I'm pretty sure Hydra doesn't watch.
I don't think he had the small laser pistols, and it was 4.
Did he sell it?
$400?
4,000.
Oh, because I'm like, $400 is wow.
Yeah, it was 400. I would have bought it.
Yeah.
See,
I would have considered it.
See, he's the one I got my art fire from. My G1 art fire. Who's in the closet of non-yellowing, I'm hoping.
Hey, John, are you there?
Yep.
So I didn't get a chance to thank you yet. I got the Hemo Rage.
Have you tried it?
No, it was left in my it was left in my truck because that's where they drop packages off. So it was there for a couple of days before I found it. So thank you.
Sure, it won't go bad. Trust me.
So
Try it now. Try it now.
No. Since I'm not up to being on the show, we'll do
Next
it
week.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it next time. Actually, we'll do
If
it
you
next
drink
week.
one now, you might be up to being on the show, though.
No.
Yeah.
No. We'll do it next week, and if you want to be on, we can. It'll be fun.
You might bang out like 3 shows next week.
That would be awesome.
He'll do RFC, New Soundwave, and Superhero Time all in one shot.
That might get you up enough to finally do that rap battle with Rob.
Probably. So that How Stuff Works or Stuff You Should Know parody thing we did last week, I ended up putting at the end of the show after a 30-second gap. Nobody mentioned it, so I doubt anyone found it. So
Maybe. Well, that's why you shouldn't do hidden tracks.
well, I didn't want to put that in the show because it was offensive and terrible.
But you put it there anyway.
I put it where no one would find it.
I
And
watched
apparently you were right.
I guess I could have put it on the new episode of Superhero Time, but you know.
Yeah, send me the files. I'll stick it in the middle of the show.
So
No,
yeah.
seriously. I mean, do one and I'll put it in the middle of Superhero Time. It'll be great.
I really would really like to do that with Rob. I kind of want to. For some reason, one topic that I want to talk about is Red Book magazine, and I don't know why. I really like the podcast, though. Stuff You Should Know. I like the hosts a lot, but I mean, pretty much all their podcasts are that format where they take notes and read their notes to each other about stuff. Stuff You Should Know is way better though than like other shows they do, like Stuff You Missed in History Class. You can like hear them fumbling through their notes on that show.
Maybe they have better mics.
Yeah, it's possible. But for that reason, I actually made a point to move my laser printer here back beside of me so I can print stuff off. And
Damn it.
yeah, so Rob said he would be a couple minutes late, so we'll wait for him. So ExVee, I wouldn't worry too much about like talking about like, since you're not running the video, just no reason to necessarily throw to the video on the screen. That just will save me effort.
I have no idea what you mean by that, but okay.
Like, you know, like doing the video podcast, I will show whatever we're talking about on screen.
I'm just assuming that I will bring something up and you will cut to it on video if there's time.
If there's time, yeah.
I'm not really too concerned about the back end because it just makes it more difficult for you if I don't.
Yeah. So, Amy, your video is rotating. Spinning.
And Rob just
bummer.
signed on Skype.
Awesome.
We may not be as late as we thought.
Yeah. Rob Springer.
Woohoo!
The San Francisco
Rob is back.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Rob is back every week. He
Oh,
changed
good.
shifts.
And
Fantastic.
Apparently got a promotion today, too.
Yes, I did.
How awesome is it?
Congratulations.
Thank you. It is going to be all sorts of awesome, though I've got to fly cross country Sunday to take a crash course to learn how to do it.
So what are you doing?
Half my day I'll be spent managing the materials we use. The other half of the day I'll be programming our CNC equipment.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to learn what C++? Is that in C++?
Visual Basic?
Is that that's a PLC, right?
C64?
Is that is that based on a PLC?
I'm not exactly sure.
Because I took
this is why he's training.
But for the heck of it, I took a PLC programming course back like 10 years ago, and it was C++.
Right. It probably is, but it's all hand drafting we do there. So not exactly sure what it's based on.
Probably something that's not basic. It's probably the best.
It's not far off.
Everything's basic in some way.
I mean, basic is, it wouldn't be much more complicated than basic, honestly.
Nah, like I said, it's just one more. Today sucked too, so that worked out.
It sucked, but you got promoted.
Yeah, I was like on the way out.
And the cool thing is, Rob, now you can get all those toys that you were kind of hesitant on.
Or you can get them for me.
I'll probably don't get them anyway. Although I was saying, like,
are we talking about this? Are we talking about this? Are we doing the Trent thing this week, or are you just holding that till you host next time?
Yeah, delete that out. I'll talk about it next week.
It's not. I don't think it went in the notes. I just have the tab open still and didn't catch whether we were actually.
Oh, I know. I had it in the notes earlier today. I took it out then.
Okay, I never. By the first time I looked, I never actually saw it.
Okay,
in the
good.
notes.
Then it's gone.
We have two questions this week.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So ExVee's hosting. I'm producing, kind of like I would do sometimes for other shows.
Right.
Fear.
Are we recording yet or
what?
Are we showing now?
We're streaming, and you're... Cut off your video, Rob.
Maybe Rob should go off video.
Much
as I hate to do that.
It's your audio is screwing up.
Fantastic.
We'll talk about your... we'll look at your router settings later.
What?
You're not running Tomato, are you?
That would have worked.
Rob?
Rob, you there?
Are you there, Rob? It's me, Don.
I'm right behind you.
I'm sorry I can't let you do that, Rob.
While I've got a thing that's telling me there's something wrong with the call. While we're waiting for Rob to come back, I'll say that in a little bit of free time that I've had, I've been blowing time or wasting time playing with Google Cardboard. It's my favorite thing ever, and I can't wait to get the the Note 4 and the Galaxy VR. Are you familiar with it? It's the it's the piece of cardboard that you get that you can fold up into a VR headset. You just drop your phone into it.
Really? Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
It's awesome.
So can I drop my iPhone 6 into it since it's going to be about the same screen size?
The one, yes, you could. The one that I have, you could.
They call it cardboard
because it's made of cardboard.
While I was in
that, why?
Because it's a joke because
because
it's a joke in the sense that Oculus Rift was bought by Facebook, so Google figured it was a good chance to make fun of them. So they basically made their own Oculus Rift with a piece of cardboard and a phone.
Oh, geez.
And surprisingly, it works really well. But there's not a lot of software for it. But Oculus is working with Samsung, and the new Galaxy Note 4 will have a VR headset adapter that you can get for it, and I'm super stoked. And
will it play Virtual Boy games?
I bet it will. I bet somebody will do an emulator for it. Hey, Diecast, your video went away.
Well, I think Diecast also went away for a minute.
That's weird. No, I didn't go anywhere.
Don, I hear a truck out someone's window, and you're the only one that I know that would have a truck outside of their window.
All right, let me check my settings again.
Tap your microphone.
I've already done this.
Tap it. Yeah,
you're not on your headset, I don't think.
Yeah. Crap in a hat.
Okay.
I told you that.
So, of interesting note, while I was stuck in that Skype hole for a minute, when it joined back to the call, it made the Power Rangers theme.
Interesting.
No, it literally was like.
How's that?
Oh, much better. Okay. So, let's see here.
There was something I was going to say at some point, but I don't remember anymore.
Apparently, it's morphing time, ExVee.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's always time for morphing.
Okay, so I'm cutting my mic off, and you guys do whatever.
Bueno.
You're not going to join us?
He can't talk.
No.
In case you didn't notice.
I can't. I don't want to cough. I don't want to cough, and I might pass out. So.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Well, try not to pass out till we're done, because you still need to run the stream.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What is it?
Anybody need
Show
any
notes?
emergency? Anybody need any emergency poop time or something?
I'll just go.
Don's already
first.
taken care of that.
Yeah. Does anyone have an SPD emergency? Sorry.
It's got a long cord, so you guys will just enjoy the fun.
Cool. All right.
Oh, God.
There any show notes that we're running off of?
Oh yeah.
Do you want the link? I'll get
Yeah,
it.
please.
I got it too. Here.
There you go.
All right, cool.
I was first.
Awesome.
No, screen right.
Good thing my kids weren't.
Okay, let's starting.
Sorry.
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 382. It is September 10th, 2014, and I'm ExVee, not Brian Kilby, thankfully. Brian is out with a case of strep throat or syphilis or something, I forget which.
Strep
But-
diarrhea.
Strep diarrhea, I like that. But I'm here to lead the show into disaster, as typically happens when I take over hosting. To help me along that road, we have, of course, Rob Springer, who is not on video.
Yo.
John DeLuna. John DeLuna also on audio. Melvar, Headmaster Don. Amy's back with us for the first time in months.
Hello.
And of course we have Diecast. And Kilby's actually there somewhere off mic, running things.
I'm producing.
Shut up, Kilby.
It's not strep diarrhea.
But it was so much better when
diarrhea.
it was. It was so much better when it was strep diarrhea, because that's just the greatest concept. Okay, so this week on our website we have the return of Superhero Time, which I was involved with. To paraphrase Hey Mickey, the return of Superhero Time gives us back the only tokusatsu podcast brave enough to open formats of Perfect Strangers discussion.
Perfect
So that's
Strangers
actually-
pretty much is a Toku show, isn't it?
Yeah.
That bulky guy, that was a practical effect.
Yeah, you know, if they were doing Perfect Strangers today, Balky would be like all CGI and composites.
Ironically, not that long ago, I was watching Godzilla versus Ghidorah, the '92 version. And you remember the android from the future that was helping out? That totally would have been bulky in today's society. Like a reboot. He would have been just the robot from the future.
I keep imagining this chameleon from Doctor Who.
I've never
And you know,
watched that.
Balky kind of is like, you know, a Japanese monster name anyway. Oh no, it's the Balky!
I see this being like Mazinger Z, but Perfect Strangers.
In
I
all
said
honesty,
shut up!
King Caesar looks a lot like Bulky, so we might have something here.
Actually, Brian, it's Translor Z, not Mazinger Z.
Thank you.
Mazinger's such a stupid name. Hey, who's that? Mazinger. Yeah,
Aren't you
Mazinger.
glad you came back, Amy?
And
I missed it. What can I say?
Amy, did you ever watch Perfect Strangers?
I did, but it's been a while, so I'm like, I can't remember. I just remember Balky was fun. He was, yeah.
I just remember
Perfect
the bass line,
Strangers.
you know, dun, 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 dun. That's Smoke on the Water, never mind.
To be fair, though, I haven't seen an episode of Perfect Strangers since I was about 9, so my memory's
Yeah.
a little too.
Yeah. I don't
They're
think
like,
it's
hey,
on.
reruns of Perfect Strangers. Yeah, no. Why was this one so long?
6 seasons, right?
A long time for a show no one wants to watch reruns of.
I know.
Like, oh, it's on DVD. Why?
only
this
only
is
the first,
no
only
empty
the first
nest.
season, though.
I know.
I want to see reruns of Amen. I don't want to see reruns of Perfect Strangers.
There might be fans out there. I mean, you know, Don likes Braves, so
Don is
What?
the fan.
Wait a minute. How do you get from something as awesome as Brave to an admittedly good show as Perfect Strangers? That was kind of a backhanded compliment there, Diecast. I don't know. I don't appreciate that.
It's pretty much the same show, isn't it? I mean, in Brave, a spirit comes from outer space and it's a robot. In Perfect Strangers, a spirit comes from somewhere and it's bulky.
Meatballs.
And they fight
Meatballs.
evil. It's a made-up word, just like most of Brave stuff. And they're like, they say a bunch of nonsense before they do anything, you know, just like an anime. Guys, I cracked the code.
So also on our website this week, we have Rob's blog on the history of trans fandom, which unfortunately I did not have time to read before the show to give any comment on that. But given how long Rob has been around and all the things he remembers, that's got to be a pretty good read.
The Book of Blood, Chapter 3 will go up soon, I promise.
Groovy.
Yeah.
So this week on Transformers, Primacy #2 was reviewed by Rob Clay. I didn't read it, so I can't comment on that either. The comic
I should buy that.
Rob always writes good reviews.
And we'll buy that now.
So on the show this week, besides discussion of our preferences in old sitcoms, which I always love as a discussion topic, we've got the news, as usual, and 2 Q&As with Rob Springer.
Exactly. None of them about Perfect Strangers.
These days it's Q&A with everybody, but mostly Rob Springer.
It's Q&A with RFC. It's Q that A with RFC.
Oh, is that the one I said I know an answer to right away?
One of them.
All right, cool.
Can we make that the official title, Q the A with RFC?
Yeah, Q that A.
Yeah, Q that A.
I'll tell you.
And of course, Kilby reminds me to let you all know, go visit and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/TFRadio and follow us on Twitter at TFRadio. And you can also subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/TFRadio Network because I pick out great account names.
I love you. Thank you.
And we do figure reviews, so, subscribe.
Yeah, that happens too. All right, so let's get into it with This Week in History.
Computron 2 just sent us a question. 3 questions for Q that A.
Okay.
Okay, it rhymed. You're going to try to talk. I'm not letting you.
I'll manage. I'm used to this on Superhero Time because nobody lets me talk there either.
Who's ready to Q that A with RFCA?
Don should like this. In 2001, on September the 8th, Robots in Disguise premiered with the episode Battle Protocol.
Yes.
That was a good day.
Don, do you have fond memories of this to share with us?
Actually, I do. mainly just because I heard Neil Kaplan's voice, and I recognized him as one of the people from Digimon 02, which is one of the few things that I remember fondly from Digimon 02. But it was fun. It was an interesting take on Prime. I was very happy to see it come over. I'm sorry I had imported the toys 6 months prior. When they were sitting on the shelves.
Dante triple.
Yeah, I got Fire Convoy and Gigatron before Robots in Disguise was revealed to be happening, and I didn't regret it because I had the toys in advance. But I mean, I can understand why a lot of people were kind of a little ticked off after importing the entire Car Robots line prior to that point.
I had imported Fire Convoy, the 3 Robot Brothers, JRX. Pretty much the entire first wave that was released in Japan, I got over the course of a month.
You got JRX? Did yours come with okay paint? Because I kind of heard that was kind of hit and miss.
I've still got it. It's still fine as far as I know. It's no problems.
I have a kind of an odd memory of that time when that first episode of Art Robots in Disguise. And this isn't one of my funny, haha, I just burped and snuck into Walmart stories. Did any of you guys have the Cinesaur videos of car robots prior to it coming out?
Actually, I think I had 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah, I still have them, but yeah, I had those too. Well, Wave 2 of the toys came out right as it was premiering on Fox, right at that same time. And, I remember watching it with my roommate on the Cinesaur videos and just kind of cracking up over the silliness of it. And, of course, that first episode come on. And, I remember he was going to work that morning and he was like, that's so stupid because of the theme song, Well, and we all remember the first episode, right? Where Megatron flies through the building.
Right.
Well, a few days later, I was just out of college. I was working at Office Max and I had the next day off work. So to enjoy my day off work, I actually went out toy hunting and found Wave 2 of Robots in Disguise, which we know is like Wind Shear and Hubcap Wrecker Hook and all that, right? So I come home and I'm actually totally geeked up and happy to find these toys. So I pop in my Cinestar videos and watch these episodes. I'm goofing around my new toys, and I just can't. You'll hold these figures and you just kind of got like a vision of, like them doing something in your mind where you're holding like, oh, you could be shooting or whatever. I was holding a Windshare Jetfire, one of Skyfire, whatever, and like I just couldn't get up because I was watching the episode with Megatron flying through the building. Like these two planes, like man, what they just flew into a building, and like just flew into a building, and like it just would not get in my head like them attacking by flying into a building. Well, I'll go to sleep, okay, because I've been up all night, and the next morning I get woken up. My mother's calling me. And I answered her phone, and she's like telling me I need to go buy gas and all sorts of crazy stuff. And I'm like, why? What? And she's like, we're fixing to go to war. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, turn on the TV. You don't know what's going on? No, I'm asleep. And I turned it on, and it was like, do you see this? I was like, Scooby-Doo? So I turned the channel to news. And, oh, guys, it was 9/11. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
So basically, the night for 9/11, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if two planes flew into a building? Yeah, creepy.
Way to go, Rob. So in 1985, on September 8th, Joanna LaFuente, colorist for some of IDW Transformers books, and the series colorist for More Than Meets the Eye was born. So happy, slightly belated birthday, Joanna.
And then she went to a McDonald's shop.
Let's get into the news.
That went so well.
I know. Horrible stories always work.
So we have out-of-package images of Generations Chromia from Chinese eBay auction.
Do we?
And Chromia is a pretty heavy retool of Transformers Prime Rid RC to like an amazing extent. Did you guys all look at this yet?
Nope.
Yeah, well,
a little bit.
When I was at BotCon, I was with some friends. We were walking the room, and they actually, and I didn't even realize it was that RC mold at first. I thought it was something completely original because it was just so extensive. It just didn't click with me. That was the base mold.
Yeah, like I could see the similarity to it, but I assumed it was a case like Energon Starscream or something, where like the engineering and some of the design details were kept from a previous toy, but it was still all original. But like people did like detailed comparisons, and there is a lot of that original toy still in there. They just like put a bunch of new parts on it and made it something completely different. It's pretty amazing.
What would you say? Like 80% of that is remolded, or it's got to be close.
It's 50 or 60 top, I would think.
Yeah.
Because like beyond a certain point, like the conventional wisdom has always been beyond a certain point. It's more costly to retool a toy than to just make a new one from the ground up. And I mean that information is years and years old, and the math has probably changed a little bit with the economy doing what it has. But beyond a certain point, it still has to be more feasible to just make a new toy than heavily retool an old one.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
But I mean, it works, and it's going to contribute to having 3 female Transformers toys in Generations in a short stretch, which is pretty amazing in itself.
I wouldn't believe that if you said last year, like, hey, we're going to get 3 female Transformers this year. I've been like, no way.
Considering how long it's taken us just to get RC alone.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Don relate to us a story from BotCon last year along that line?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to the weight, and you'll be happy.
Uh-huh. So, Don, are you happy?
I am very happy. I find it somewhat ironic that Hasbro's main competitor in the U.S. is not wanting to release the color Zord. Originally, they weren't going to release the right color on their Zord because boys don't buy girl toys.
Hasbro is like coming out ahead of the curve on breaking down those barriers, and everybody else is going to have to start catching up.
Exactly.
Yeah, because My Little Pony is only for girls, right? Sorry.
My Little Pony is the #1 drive of Trilby sales today. Internet fact.
Trilby?
It's like a fedora, but not quite.
Oh, okay. In other words, we really don't want to take up for these guys and their sales.
Right.
Right.
So, we have these 3 female Generations toys coming out, but thanks to More Than Meets the Eye, all I'm seeing is disappointment that, hey, where's the Nautica figure? Because that's what I really want at this point.
And
That's
I'm
because
sure
her wrench is
I'm
so
sure we'll
awesome.
see a remold of one of these figures as Nautica eventually.
Yeah.
People are speculating it'll be a Windblade remold.
Windblade,
I think that's just based on having the hover fans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's actually going to work in practice, though. What's notable is that when Nautica was debuted during Dark Cybertron, one of the artists said that this was not based on a toy concept. This was an originally designed character. So this isn't something that's probably built into any existing toy right now. But for what they did with Prime RC to get Chromia, who knows?
Yeah.
What's the chances it's just going to be Thunderblast?
Well, she does transform into a submarine, so
It's not different enough.
She transforms into a block of disappointment and sadness.
Oh no!
Speaking of Generations toys, Hasbro Toy Shop has started shipping out some new Generations toys and a few of the new movie toys, such as Slog. Interestingly, though, and Diecast can attest to this himself, even though they're shipping out Nightbeat, G-Axis, and Crosscut, Windblade has not been reported as shipping by anyone I've seen yet.
Yeah, and that's confusing because it's in the same assortment, it's in the same box, and ExVee, like you were saying, well, maybe they got a lot of Windblade single orders, but Hasbro Toy Shop is also charging shipping on these orders, so it's not like they could have just ordered one. They would have had to have ordered at least multiple of Windblade or Windblade with the rest of the crew. I just don't understand why it's not shipping with the rest of them.
Well, it could have been when the orders went up, people were just waiting to get that one figure, and then, for example, maybe she was up and the rest of the wave wasn't available, or it was a later ship date. And then when everything started getting aligned and being shippable at one time, that's when your set orders started coming in.
Well, the pre-orders for these, the pre-sales only started like a week and a half ago. They only went up on Hasbro Toy Shop in the first place less than 2 weeks ago.
And I ordered right away, thanks to Nick, who's usually in the chat. He lets us know as soon as the things go live. I mean, he's amazing at being able to make sure we know right away as soon as they're up. Like if stuff goes on HLJ, like the exhaust went up on there today along with Star Saber. I mean, he knows almost immediately when those things go up.
Nick is awesome.
Yeah.
Shut up, Kilby.
He is, though.
I'm not denying that, but shut up. Along the same
Strep diarrhea.
Along the same note, Generations Leader Class Jetfire was sighted in Virginia. Don, was this you?
No. Believe it or not, Virginia is a fairly large place.
No, it's not.
And
no, Don, you live in all of Virginia simultaneously.
I'm not your mom.
Ouch. Double ouch.
But
that's not true. I live on the west side.
No, I live on the west side of nothing. The other
on the
side
west side.
Yeah. Anyway, but I have been checking around. There's nothing locally. It is sold out at Kmart.com online. That's something you don't hear too often, do you?
That's the other weird thing. It's showing up at Kmart first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a Kmart like? They are gone from Georgia.
Well, you must. Oh, well, okay. So, Rob, what do you remember Kmart being like when they did exist in Georgia?
A pile of crap.
See, they're still the same in the places that still have them.
You see, when we went to Shardicon last year, that was like the first time I'd been in a Kmart in like a year or two. I was like, wow, yours don't smell like feet.
I forgot about that. Me and Rob Clay went to a Kmart, which had like literally everything in the store on some percentage discount, but the employees were like, "Oh no, we aren't closing."
Ironically, that one we went to in Charlotte was not that bad. All of mine were pretty crappy, like brown, like yellow floor, and like, I mean, admittedly, you could find a toy from like 1984 sitting on a shelf for the same price, but you know, I mean, it was just crazy. Like, you mean you couldn't catch Ebola from the snack bar?
Well, now in close to where my mom used to live in Greensboro, North Carolina, that Kmart is closing, and they have the Voyager 2-pack with Grimlock and Optimus Prime on clearance down to $44. But they're not getting any new product, and the only Kmart I have locally is a big K versus a Super K, and nothing as of yet in my area. But I am still checking around that.
I haven't even seen a Super K in like 15 years.
Super K was kind of a rip-off anyway, because like the same Kmart down the road from me changed their sign to say Super Kmart. Same Kmart. Was not super.
I'm so worried about Jetfire shipping because I've got them ordered from 3 places. That way I could, whatever one ships first, that I could, cancel the other 2. But I know they're all going to ship on the same day.
If they all go to shipping at like 5 a.m. on the same day, you're kind of...
Oh, and here's the thing.
There, dude.
Yeah, here's the thing, Doc Ass. You bought 3 versions of Age of Extinction. Wouldn't you rather have 3 copies of Jetfire instead?
He makes a good point.
Well, if he bought it from Kmart, he is getting Age of Extinction toys.
Yeah, because there is Kmart's website's tendency to not give you actually what you ordered, just something. Yeah.
I did not buy Monster High dolls. What in the crap is this?
Well, actually, I
swear,
a friend of Paladin and myself ordered the Human Alliance Barricade off Kmart's website and got Jazz 3 times in a row. Or 2 times.
They're close. I mean, they did do Barricade as a Jazz mold.
They both have 4 wheels. They're close.
They were from the same assortment, though, is the problem.
See,
Kmart's website sells by assortment, not by individual item. So, it may say one thing, but if that specific item is not actually in stock, they will give you something else from that assortment of equal value.
So does HTS, which is kind of, that's sort of a worry with me that if I have a defective problem, I may not even get the same toy back. So
yeah, you probably won't. They tell you this.
Yeah.
I bought a Primal Rage toy from Kmart in the year 2002.
So, moving along, we have a new color photo of the small Saber robot from MP24 Star Saber. And this is looking really nice.
It's a smaller robot.
Goes into the chest, makes a face.
Through magic.
Through being a friend.
If you put 3 more jets on it, it could be Superion.
If you color this in black and purple, it could be Overlord.
Indeed.
Guys, we're getting a Bumblebee, and you darn well know it.
We are getting a Bumblebee, just not from this mold.
Yes, we are.
Star Bee.
If it was 2004, its name would be Prowl.
What?
Every toy's name was Prowl in 2004, man.
Well, I have to say this is really shaping up to be, I think the masterpiece. Again, as we said last week, it's going to be kind of niche.
Masterpiece of crap.
It's a Transformer.
I like the way it looks. I just wanted to use that.
Rob, whatever you're smoking, go back to smoking it. You're not smoking enough, I think.
I'm going to smoke this here goofy juice right here.
But it's
a good show now.
It's definitely shaping up to be a stellar piece.
I don't think it's as niche as you think it's going to be anyway, Don. Because the masterpiece is a collector-oriented line anyway.
Right. Well, I mean, as far as it's not going to have as much universal appeal.
It's a niche within a niche.
Wait, weren't you arguing with me last week that Star Saber was going to be better than, or sell better than Magnus?
No, I was talking about if you look at total numbers between Magnus US and Magnus with the US release and the Japanese release compared to Star Saber with the US and Japanese release. Magnus would sell better probably in the US, and Saber would probably sell better in Japan.
I don't think they're going to sell Star Saber in the U.S.
Well,
at Walgreens.
At the rate things are going,
everything now, so
I'm not going to complain if that happens, guys.
Would the collectors club sell it, or is that kind of a waste of time?
Well, they might bring. They did have that. They did have that with eHobby, so it's possible that we'll see it through a direct connection with Takara and the collectors.
You might as well import it though, because you know,
I mean, it would be the same price. The only benefit to Toys R Us with the large ones is that it's usually like 30 to 40% cheaper than importing from Japan.
But I will say this: if we got it through the collectors club, it would have a hell of a box.
Maybe.
It would probably have the same box though. It would be the Japanese toy. There wouldn't be any pagging change.
That's true.
I was saying $250 if Transformers Collectors Club would sell this. Easy.
They're gonna add theirs.
Come on.
Probably around 200 because the retail price puts it around 160, I think.
That's fair.
Or a little less because the exchange rate's actually pretty good right now. But like the Collectors Club doesn't even mark up the Cloud figures that much.
That's true.
Hey, those jorts don't buy themselves, man.
I'm surprised they're selling the Cloud figures.
All right, you guys ready for?
Yeah.
I
really hope they
Saber for sale.
They have the connection with eHobby to do it though, so I mean they might as well.
Well, actually, Scaleface brings up something that I completely forgot about. The existing was the Black Robot Masters version.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that completely existed. So that could be your eHobby in right there.
They're going to make a black version of it regardless. That's just a Takara thing, usually with their leaders.
Hopefully, if they do, they will deco it as pretty as the Black Rodimus Convoy.
Yeah, I hope so, considering it's a top-tier toy to begin with.
That was a really, really nice deco for a black redeco. I would really like to see that applied to something smaller and less horrible that will break as soon as I look at it.
Hey, was Star Saber ever used in Brave, Don?
No, his mold was not one of the ones that carried over.
Because I was about to say that would make a great eHobby redeco if they did that. But never mind. Never mind. They could say it's the Brave version and call it
Let's go ahead and jump over to third-party news. So first, just for everybody's awareness, we found out there's going to be an oversized knockoff of Masterpiece Grimlock. Probably in response to all the third-party Dinobots that are, so much bigger than Masterpiece Grimlock. So this way, if you want to track down one of these knockoffs and, support that, you at least won't have to put platform shoes on it to put it with the other unofficial Masterpiece Dinobots.
Okay.
A lot of people were asking for this, so here it is. I mean...
What did they say? It was about 20% bigger than the original?
Yeah, and there's also going to be third parties that are actually apparently going to be doing a Grimlock. So
yeah, Fans Toys I think is putting a Grimlock at the end of their lineup.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm sure Gigapower will have their own as well.
Most likely.
Guys,
I can't even remember all the names of the companies that are doing Dinobots at this point.
There are
so
8 or 9 different sets.
Don't count out Church's Chicken, man. They're going to put out the best one yet. Mm-hmm.
Church's Transformers.
Church's Chicken.
Happy Meal Premium Masterpiece Transformers.
So far, I've got Classics and Fall to Cybertron and Animated. And the knockoffs. Oh, there's G1, of course. Oh, good. Robots in the Skies. We needed that one knocked off. Hey, AOE already. All right, that looks pretty good actually. It's got wings.
We know already at least one regular retailer is not going to carry this. So you may, if you are interested, you probably will have to do some digging to find one, but probably don't count on that from the usual suspects. So hey, guess what? It's a new week, so it's time for a new third-party combiner.
Yay!
Yay!
Unique Toys is doing an Abominus, which I actually can't complain about because nobody else has done that yet.
I totally want this knockoff
There's
AOE
a
Grimlock.
scuttlebutt that Mastermind is doing an Abominus next.
Oh.
Of course. Yeah.
What?
So you got 2.
I'm sure Fans Project has one in the wings as well.
Crazy how many.
Yes.
Even me not being the non-toy collector person, I've heard a lot of that. A lot of combiners coming out. Jeez.
It's just the same one over and over from different companies.
Yeah.
Well, 2015 is the Combiner Wars, so
it works out.
Well, I was
And
hoping,
we all lose.
Sense.
yeah, I was really
We all
hoping,
lose.
I was really hoping that they would learn from the Predaking thing, but
No.
they haven't.
Nah.
You know,
It's going to be to the point where we're almost going to be like, can we get something that doesn't combine?
Well,
No.
real talk. Did all those Predakings sell really good?
The
think it's-
I mean,
Mastermind
did it
was
sell out?
well.
Did
Some
it sell
of them.
out?
Some
Well, then
of
they're
them.
probably gonna be like, "Why wouldn't I do this?"
yeah, well, it's like I've said, I would, and one of the upcoming
For the upcoming ow, ow, ow.
An
Good job,
owl
Massey.
combiner.
Y'all want to see Don's owl face?
So anyway, what were you saying, Don?
I was saying, I'm glad to see them branching out with the news article we have coming up. But now, if they're going to branch out into these other combiners that we haven't gotten, then everybody does them. We're not really gaining anything. We're not gaining any diversity. It's all being done in the same batches.
Yeah,
Leave the church's chicken to make one, man.
we treaded on this topic a lot, but I mean, third party kind of collapsing into a singularity, and it's not going to come out the other side.
It's so bad. Your mom is saying, "Dang."
Oh
Well
no,
played,
you
Don.
didn't.
Well
Oh, no,
played.
you didn't.
So okay, Fans Project is apparently working on something too, which isn't an Abominus. But I do want to compliment Unique Toys on their choice of first team member for their Abominus, because who would think you would lead with Blot?
Rob.
Wow.
Okay,
And-
well,
And
Lead with-
it-
So well
this
character, right?
this looks really nice too.
Yeah,
it does. It's bigger than what I would really like to have. Like, they're moving towards Voyager size with the combiners, which I understand for making the combiner itself a certain mass, but like the individuals, I don't usually want to be that. I see Blot as being a short, wide dude, not a Voyager size tall dude.
Well, when you walk, what gets first there? Your nose. Lead.
Yeah,
Lead with your. The groin will lead with its nose.
they really should have used a different font to write that name.
Comic Sans all the time.
Yeah, I mean, its name is Orden, the Abominus, but the font they use, sure looks like a G.
Once again, Rob's naming system will be the correct one. Sophia, John, Earl, Cecil. Because we leave them up to their own thing, and we get stuff like Hegemon. You can tell me what it means all you want, but I'm still going to look at you like, what did you just say?
So Fans Project at
Here comes my smart Robin.
A toy show in Singapore, there was a lot of new third-party stuff shown off, and Fans Project had a poster up, which teased either a Dino King or a Monstructor that they're probably working on now. But what most people are not catching on to, or is not being like widely circulated, there's also a Diatlas in one corner of that.
Your mom's not catching on.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my mom was Diatlas.
Your mom's no smart Robin.
But yeah, I'll be honest. Dino King is one of the. I do have Monstructor. I got the U.S. version back in the day, but I never was able to pick up a Monstructor until they went absolute through the roof. So I'm definitely interested in a Monstructor. I mean, in a Dino King recolor of this figure. I'm just hoping, I won't have to wait.
I'd honestly probably be down for both.
Well,
If I were to guess, I would think they will lead with Dino King, because Fans Project tends to have a preference towards the Japanese portrayals of stuff.
And
Dino King was the version of those molds for the Japanese market.
And
All right,
real talk. Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Fans Project, please stop announcing new stuff. Finish what you've told us that we were going to get. There's figures that are supposed to come out that I'm waiting for. So please finish my Bone Crusher.
Nope.
Whoa.
Skull Crusher. I'm sorry.
Skull Crusher.
Skull Crusher.
That's safe.
Whatever they're going to call it. They'll probably call it Bone Crusher.
Bone Bender.
No, because Bone Crusher is a Transformer name.
Tight pants.
Yeah, Yeah, Titan
Yeah, they
Man.
should
It'll be
use
Titan Man.
real
Titan
names
Man.
applied to completely different like homages, just to see if that is that
Roger.
okay. Yeah, just call Quick Switch Bone Crusher.
Space Roger.
But definitely, and I would like to see all these companies, especially Fans Project, give us some more news on a regular basis so we can keep up with everything. Fans Project will not have anything for a while on any of the lines, and all of a sudden, boom, here's your near completed pictures of Quick Switch and Six Night out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Although, I mean, if it ends up working like Mind Wipe is working right now, it's still going to be probably months away.
Well, Fans Project 2 is also the company that usually doesn't show us anything till it's almost done.
Which is pretty good of them, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's hard to plan your monetary expenditures when you can't get all your eggs in one basket and say, okay, I want to get this month and this that month. It's really hard to plan how you're going to spend unless you either have a lot of money and can get everything, or just have to write off the whole genre because you can't get any kind of game plan in mind.
Yeah.
Transformers, we don't save money.
Not anymore.
I've been eating the same bag of Gushers for 3 years now. Staying alive.
Mastermind Creations also showed off a few things at this toy show. So first is the Spartan, which is a not impactor. And apparently they're also going to use the same mold to make the IDW character Turmoil.
I think Turmoil is actually the initial release, and Impactor is the redeco.
Okay, we have a picture of the Impactor version right now. But I mean, there was the CGI render, I think, for Turmoil and Impactor previously shown. And probably whatever comes out first will just depend on fan reaction to it.
What would his name be? Would it be Wisdom Tooth?
Yes.
Well, Spartan.
Bone Crusher.
Spartan is the Impactor figure's name, apparently. But Wisdom Tooth would probably work better. It's a little more thematically fitting.
Yeah,
17-year-old curse. Wisdom Tooth.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad you say Turmoil, and I immediately go to a SWAT Cats villain. That's kind of sad. I'm sure.
It's okay, Don.
People watch that?
That happened?
Oh yeah, I've got the box set.
I remember it coming on. I just don't remember watching it. Everyone's always like, "Yeah, SWAT Cats." Is like, oh yeah, that happened.
Episodes of that. There wasn't too much.
Didn't it come on after Captain Planet or something?
Sounds right.
Packages. I mean, it's hard to say.
It was on TBS. Everything came on after Captain Planet.
I think the most of SWAT Cats I ever watched was the backgrounds they used in Aqua Teens.
Anyway, carrying on the Mastermind.
Your mom carries on.
What size is that Impact? Or is that
Talk,
Voyager? Or?
Yeah, it's like Voyager. They're all like Voyager these days.
Yeah, everything's Voyager now. They're also doing Titanica, which is Beast Machine Strika.
What a name.
That looks pretty sweet.
The T-Formers article mentions the possibility this will also be retooled into IDW Roadbuster, which I think is really unnecessary at this point, but hey, third party.
That looks like Roadbuster.
A little bit. It's a little bit more round than I associate with Roadbuster, but yeah.
Well, with that design, could you get maybe an animated Roadbuster if the paints and the...
But animated Roadbuster looks like Ultra Magnus.
Dude,
I think he's talking about a cartoon.
I stand corrected. Roadbuster Ultra Magnus. I stand corrected.
Sits and stack repaint.
You know,
man, somebody send that to KFC.
KTC, yeah.
Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
Church's Chicken.
Somebody get Popeyes on this.
Hey, Popeyes has good shrimp.
But hey, I mean, even if Strika is not the main motivation for this, it's still kind of cool to see them paying some attention to non-G1 stuff. So, points for that at least. And especially since that Chinese Kickstarter for the knockoff universe Onslaught that was going to be a strike kind of fell through. Has to come out from somewhere, I guess.
Titanica is like a Glow wrestler name, isn't it?
You would know better than me, Rob.
Should be.
Finally, from Mastermind, they're doing another version of Terminus Hexatron. They're calling this one the Continuum version, which has a new head mold, chromed weapons, and it is missing its swords.
Now, I love Mastermind. After I got Cyclops, I really started following Mastermind Creations a lot more closely because that figure really is an impressive piece of engineering. But I have to say, it's just the fact that I thought we were finally getting our Great Shot. I was so psyched to finally get the Great Shot version of that mold, so I can have a Great Shot in my collection. It's another 6-shot. But if them selling this helps them pay to get the Great Shot done, that's fine. It's just, I want my Great Shot. Sorry.
Yeah, the best summary for this is, hey, Mastermind is going to release every version of Terminus Hexatron except the one you want.
I mean, heck, they've even done a Shadow Maru.
Yeah.
Maybe Great Shot will be like a con exclusive.
Rob, shut up, please.
It'll be a con exclusive, and there's only 5 of them.
Rob, you're not helping.
The thing in general with third-party convention exclusives, though, is that they usually travel around more than one convention. So
it'll be like, they'll call it like, 6 Change Roger, and it'll be available at TFCon Mexico.
Rob, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why are all your third-party names Roger?
Roger's a darn fine name, sir. And I am speaking logic while these made-up crap they're saying, and I'm like, Phyllis is a good name.
Phyllis is fine. I just don't know where you're getting Roger from for everything.
Roger is currently on my mind, as Cecil was last week.
Okay.
Sometimes you talk to a snake, and sometimes you ride the dragon.
Roger.
Exactly.
Roger.
So we were talking about the Masterpiece-style Dinobots earlier, and guess what? There's another one! So Fans Toys showed off color images of Soar, which, as you might be able to piece together, is actually their take on Swoop.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is actually older news, just updated. Because Soar has been out for pre-order for about 2.5 to 3 months.
More than that.
Okay, well, as we were talking about before, with 8 or 9 third-party Dinobot groups out there, it's kind of hard to keep up with what's new and not.
And this is the Masterpiece styled. Not there's a couple Masterpiece styled, but this is a Masterpiece styled Dinobot. This is the second one out of the group from Fans Toys, and Fans Toys, just for everyone who doesn't remember, is the one who did Quake Wave
and Scoria.
And Scoria was their first Dinobot, which was
So pretty much guys who've made good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it was
fantastic.
It was the reputation that Quake Wave had, even though I did not want a Quake Wave. I heard pretty much universal good things about Quake Wave, which is why I went ahead and I picked Fans Toys for my Masterpiece scale Dinobots versus the other companies, just because I like the way the Scoria turned out.
I kind of want a Quake Wave.
It does. I was just gonna say it looks really good for.
It looks really good, and in a way, it looks a lot better than Scoria.
It may just because making a swoop is a lot simpler on an engineering level, so they don't have to focus as much onto that.
Yeah.
Plus, also, I think you're just going to see that naturally increasing level of competence as they're going through, like what TFC did for Hercules. The Scavenger analog came out. There were some issues, and then the pieces got better as the figure progressed. So you're probably,
and then by the time they finished Hercules, they stopped learning anything.
Yes.
They started going in the entire opposite direction.
Yeah.
And then this actually, it looks like the weapon will actually store on his back, the sword, which is pretty nice.
And also, you get 2 versions of this. You can either get the blue chest to be show accurate, or you can have the red chest to be toy accurate. Which I've got the blue chest on order. just to have something different.
Ah, yes.
But also, I believe this is the one that you can also change the beak from gold to clear.
It looks like it in the pictures.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can either have it as gold chrome, or you can have it as clear, like the G1 toy. So that's, I'm looking forward to that.
Why would they do that if they're doing a G1 colored toy also?
Just variety. I mean,
because it's easier to put an extra little part in than to put a completely separate chest in.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, but I'm just surprised they would include it in the the non-toy version.
Okay, so Blue Swoop is the Diaclone colors, right?
Or Diaclone / show.
Right, but I mean, toy-wise, Blue was from Diaclone.
Yes.
So, did the Diaclone Swoop toy have a gold chrome beak, or was that clear plastic?
Quick to the Google search.
Well, for the sake of argument, let's assume the Diaclone one had a clear beak instead of gold chrome, and there's your basis for including both in the package.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that popped into my head, because maybe you want, like, full Diaclone toy accuracy, rather than just going for the distinction between toy and cartoon.
All right, looking at a page, according to the image search by using Google, the blue-chested version had a clear cover, but it's gold underneath.
Okay,
Takara, get your crap in order.
Well, it's
nonsense.
I just don't think I'll be waiting for Takara MP Dinobots longer than I've been waiting for Headmaster RC, and I'm 44. I ain't got a lot of time to wait left.
I hope you boys want Wheeljack reissued as a Dinobot.
Interesting.
Named
So
Cecil.
finally, in third-party news, this is more up your alley here, Rob, because we have images of Ollie and Sonic.
Ollie and Sonic. Let's take a look at these, because I'm not even looking at the notes, to be honest with you guys. His name is Ollie and oh, wait a minute. What we got here? Open a new tab. What are you doing, Google thing? Jeez.
It's like if the internet was just audio only.
This is X-Transbot's Wheelie and some GoBot character that I don't remember because I don't go.
Oh, we are talking about some good stuff.
He even comes with the slingshts. Great.
Yeah,
got Wheelie.
It's Masterpiece, Wheelie, and GoBot character that I don't know because I don't GoBot.
Turbo.
You don't GoBot.
Apparently, in the pictures, he will fit on what is it, Masterpiece Grimlock?
I totally want this.
Oh, he could probably ride a couple Transformers.
Probably.
And again, this is where I will give them points for like going to GoBots for their mold reuse.
Definitely.
Instead of trying to shoehorn into something else G1, because I mean, give it more attention, spread out, do new things.
Yeah, well, they could have made Dion from him like Takara did for eHobby.
Or they could do something good like this.
True. This is wonderful. I know people say they really hate Wheelie, but we know they're just saying it. He's all like, Wheelie say, shut your mouth, fool. I love that rhyming talking. I hope this comes with a
You're stupid today.
Yeah, Wheelie's like, I mean, I'm from like Clayton County, Georgia. Rhyming when you're talking is pretty awesome here. Like, I don't know, I'm a Mac from way back. My name's Emmett, and I ain't in it.
Well, now this is extra.
Poet, you didn't know it.
Exactly.
There you go.
And it comes with coins.
If you rhyme when you talk, you carrying
like,
some mad
trying
coin,
to be
man.
Masterpiece toy.
Yeah.
And
X-Transbots did this too with. Was there the one that was Huff or
Crank and Stacks or
yeah, the Huffer and Pipes.
They have got the most drugged out names, don't they? This is Huffer and Pipes, and here comes Ollie.
I think it was Cubex, was that what they were calling themselves? That did the one called Puff?
Yeah.
Ollie, the rhyme talking dude with mad coin.
Now, this, I think,
The orange coat.
if I'm not mistaken, I think this is X-Transbox's second wheelie.
Is it?
That they have done.
Oh, did they? No, I don't think. Because isn't X-Transbots just doing Masterpiece style stuff?
No, well, I'm doing this from memory, but there was a wheelie that was done in the white packaging with the peach colored wheelie on the front, and I thought that was X-Transbox. If someone knows otherwise, please let me know. But I believe it was them.
The first time I ever heard of X-Transbots is when they did that add-on set for the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus, and then they did, the stacks and that.
Okay, Skillrot says...
I guess we lost your video again. Can you restart?
Oh, sure.
It's X-Transbot, those guys at Family Dollar.
Well, actually, Scaleface says I'm kind of right that they had one planned, but it never came out. So that may be what I was thinking of. I was just getting my companies mixed up.
Well, that's good. We got a better wheelie anyway.
Yeah.
I seriously like this. This is pretty
cool.
rad.
Nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, it is.
This looks like
I'd be interested about the quality on it.
I am really. I'm like, how much does this cost, X-Transbots? It better cost like $5.99 because that's what I'm
like
giving.
$60.
X-Transbots, it is not $60. We're talking about wheelie here.
I think they disagree, Rob.
X-Transbots is the ones that they'll repaint the same mold like 7 times and have exclusives for it. And
also, look forward to TFCon 2015, where the exclusive will be some wheelie recolor with a name based on a penis joke.
And we'll all buy it. We'll all buy it for twice as much.
But here's the thing, though. Who could they repaint wheelie into?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
Turbo.
What would he?
Well,
I mean, Turbo.
Okay.
Once you get into the convention,
But you said there's 7 of them, so what else would it be?
Oreo and Nabisco. At first, I was going to say for convention exclusive, they really could just make up something because it's a con exclusive. But looking at it, there's a F word. There's a GoBot that has a similar car, not turbo. It's like a bubble dome car, or is it a convertor?
Are you thinking? You're not thinking of Goodnight, are you?
Goodnight's similar, but no, there was another one with a more dome.
Oh, Major Mo.
Thank you.
Major Mo.
Major Mo, yeah. I mean, seriously, there's a million bubble dome top futuristic cars in lines like convertors and GoBots and such.
They'll just paint it black and call it Nemesis.
Nemesis Ollie.
Nemesis Ollie.
Carrying that mad coin.
Or Hood Ollie. They wouldn't use Nemesis. They'd say Hood Ollie.
Nemesis Ollie sounds awesome.
Call it Hoodie.
Hoodie, yes.
Because I mean, the head shape kind of looks like it's a pullover hood.
Yeah.
Shattered hoodie.
Nemesis Ollie
Shattered
is
hoodie.
a bad guy in Earthbound.
I mean, they could do the Dion thing also.
Maybe it did look nice.
So I mean, there's a few options if they want to, dig deep enough.
Then we could finally get a toy of Exopork.
Excuse me?
There's a mini-con named Exopork that doesn't have any visual representation other than his name.
Exoport. I thought you were saying Exopork. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I thought he was saying pork too.
I might have said
Wow. Okay.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who heard that.
It's like, is that a character from Peter Porkular?
That's his third-party name, yo.
Andrew in the chat said they'll paint it yellow and call it Micro Shafter, which is also true.
I could see that.
Micro Shafter.
And they'll charge $130 for it.
Sounds about right.
Fantastic, guys.
Well, it's an exclusive, so.
Okay, so we've had enough fun with that. So why don't we move on to Q&A with Rob Springer, or Q that A with RFC.
Q that A with RFC.
Okay, so something
we need a theme song.
Yeah, who can we pay to make a cheap theme song for us?
Just use the Perfect Strangers theme, but play it backwards.
But
I was
don't
about
you
to
hear like
think of it.
demonic messages if you do that?
Thing is, when I try to remember the Perfect Strangers theme song, I just got the Mentos jingle. Like, oh, where did that show go? Why was it on for 6 years?
Because it was TGIF and there was nothing else on at the time.
Oh God.
So what's the question, Rob?
Let's get some. Guys, on topic. Jeez, every week I have to places. Let's see. Let me pull up the sticky pad. Pull up sticky pad. Move out of the way, Skype. Pull
Rob,
up.
I think you're putting too much technology in this. I think what you need to do from now on is copy the questions out onto sticky notes.
That's what I did.
I thought he was saying stinky.
Like post-its, Rob. Post-its.
Well, that's why it's copy paste on the sticky note, but I had it all the way under the recycle bin. Had to move like a jillion windows out the way.
Said not on your computer. He said
No,
put it
actual
actually
post-it notes that you can actually just tape up onto your monitor.
Paper.
We'll never find it. Okay. First question from our good friend Transfanatics off of Facebook. Transfanatics goes on to ask, "Hey guys, has there been any news in regards to when the new show is coming out other, all caps, than 2015? And Don, tell us a story about your fascination with Headmaster RC." Really, the latter is the meat of this question, I think.
The answer to the first one is no.
It's like, well, its name is Robots in Disguise. It's coming out 2015. It will be on the hub. You will watch it on YouTube.
We'll have more information probably at New York Comic Con.
Jefferson Darcy is playing somebody on it. My hopes are high up too.
But yeah,
Hopefully,
2015 is when we know it's airing, and that's probably not going to change for a while.
And then they'll just like wait till like spring of 2015, which could be
Yeah,
possibly. Anywhere from like February, March, April. They might even wait until May to push it out there. So
okay, well, like my thought on the timeline for this is the toys are going to show up right around the time of Toy Fair. So the initial part of the toy line is going to be in February, and that'll have a couple months to sit out until the show starts. So I'm thinking, May or maybe even June of 2015 for the show to start.
I
didn't mean to be right on that, but
that's my guess.
Guessing,
just based on how it works usually.
Yeah.
What they might do is they might have a 3-parter or a 5-parter.
Oh yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. They might have an opening.
2 series in a row, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe they may even be on thinking outside the box. There could be a DVD episode included with the larger toys.
Interesting. Maybe.
I mean, it's been done before, but not like a premiere episode.
But it's like
that's the first way to get an episode out there.
They did with the Transformer Prime ones. They had like a little disc that you could buy with some of the toys that just had random episodes.
Yeah, episodes that had already aired. My understanding of what Don was saying was he thought they could use that to like get the show out early, like a preview episode of the show.
Thanks for the burp, Rob.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not it.
Just to have some media out there.
They might. Maybe like a little 5-minute teaser or something. They could do the teaser trailer.
It really is the future now. So what if it was like an online exclusive episode?
I wish they would do something like that.
Yeah, but they have this thing they own called the Hub.
It's on the Hub. It is exclusive.
And why would they do it online?
Because after 3 years on the Hub, they'd like someone to watch
it. It's a BitTorrent exclusive.
BitTorrent exclusive.
Kelby's right.
They could always have a code in the box that unlocks exclusive content if you watch the video.
Oh, that's an idea too.
Because they're talking.
It might be just too complicated, and they'll just say, you know what, watch it when it comes on the Hub.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the ultimate problem with this is, like, okay, so since Transformers Prime ended, since Predacons Rising aired on the Hub, has anybody actually bothered to watch the Hub since then? I haven't.
I watch it.
No.
I like the
Rescue Bots
show.
Oh, okay. I'm not like big into Rescue Bots, so I don't really.
Yeah,
like,
I know. So,
I do recognize that is popular with a lot of people in the fandom, so they do still have a reason to watch the Hub. But outside of that, I mean,
I like
Transformers is the draw for the non-pony fans.
I like the night programming and also Goosebumps, yo.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say,
I interrupting you?
I think My Little Pony also would be a draw, but they've kind of wrapped up their season 2, and I think the next season starts in January or something. So,
well, you guys are gonna call me crazy regardless, but aren't they restructuring the hub? I recall not that long ago reading about them hiring a new person to head it up for the restructuring of the channel.
I think Margaret actually has left the hub.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's still going to have like the big shows on it, but I think they're totally making it a new channel with just Hasbro programming, because Discovery Network's the parent company of it. You know, they've got all sorts of channels. I mean, they just like made offers to TNA Wrestling. They may be not getting away from Family Channel, just make it like an entertainment channel. So,
but yeah, you're crazy, Rob.
Crazy like a fox.
Anyway, there was a part 2 to this question.
Speaking of crazy,
you got some splaining to do, boy.
He's gonna shoot me.
To do. Okay. Well, it's not really a obsession, as some people have called it. It's a fascination per se.
Which is what he called it.
It's an asphyxiation.
But
asphyxiation? Wait, what?
It's an add-on.
But
I love her.
The reason I have requested this character for so many years is because I've always liked standout characters in shows. I've always liked, you know, well-written, well-defined characters. And granted, RC was not one of the best characters, but at the time, for a female character, she did kind of stand out.
She was one.
Yeah. And
this is coming from the person who likes Miko.
You know, when Chris Scott was writing Miko episodes, they were actually good. So, I mean, there's potential with that character, just most people weren't using it right.
Yeah. Chain of command is all I'm going to say. Anyway. And when I finally had the chance to go to BotCon, and if you look at your movie shelf, without a G1 RC, your movie shelf is incomplete. And from a toy collector standpoint, that is incomplete. If you have a Headmaster shelf, your Headmasters are incomplete because of the same problem. So not only was a big swath of the fandom that liked the movie seasons, you didn't have that character. If you're a Headmaster fan, you didn't have that character. And it seemed like it was the typical boys don't buy girl toys. Now, after a while, that was okay to say that because that was kind of the case to a degree. But when you get to the 90s and you start having a lot more female characters, granted they're not all great, but they are there. Kylie from Ghostbusters, she was pivotal in a lot of things for Extreme Ghostbusters. And you know, you got all your Disney characters that are females. I'm just saying, this is a character that would fill in so many people's collections. It was a good character, and also it was the ultimate in power fantasies. If you were a kid, I wasn't a kid, but I could see it from that standpoint. I mean, whoa. I'm saying,
it was his power fantasies. What I just got out of that,
I did laugh out loud. I just want you to know that
Don has always wanted to merge with RC.
No, you're the best, Don. You're the best.
No, I'm just saying. If
there's also the follow-up classic there, which was I wasn't a kid. Don has been old forever.
When that toy comes out, close the windows, Don.
I was just gonna say, couldn't it be just as simple as you can't have what you want, you know, or you want something that you can't have, you know?
You always have what you want.
So, Don, here's an important question pursuant to this.
Okay.
The Chrome Dome recolor concept art, if they'd actually made that as a toy, would that have satisfied you at the time?
No.
Okay. You can continue. I just wondered about that because that.
Can I ask a question? I'm gonna jump in.
Yes.
Hi, Brian.
So, hello. So, Don, question for you. So, when you were asking this, and keep in mind, I knew of you long before I knew you. So, I don't want to overshadow the fact that to me you're like an internet legend. You're a dear friend, and I love you like family. But you're also an internet legend. So I knew of you years before I met you. But the thing is, you were asking about this long after G1 was dead, and we didn't get G1 homages that often, or reissues, or, you know, like, until like Classics 2.0, it was kind of inconceivable that we were going to get more G1 stuff. So why did you ask for a Headmaster RC in this period of G1's like total death?
Because it was a simple fact is it was a good character. that was needed from a toy standpoint.
Okay. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. So.
I'm glad that wasn't me.
No, it was me.
I was just like, did I get kicked?
Yeah.
He was just getting into the good stuff too.
I know. I know. We're never gonna get that back either.
Okay.
He's gonna have to
Everybody
start
return your
over from the
video
beginning.
back.
He's still
The
talking.
internet
that's the
couldn't
thing.
handle it. The internet couldn't
I
handle
hate
it.
Skype. So I was telling Diecast before the show, I'm going to try out an alternative next week. It's
Not Uvu, please.
no, it's not Uvu. I was thinking.
Amy, can you pop your video back on?
Yeah.
It's I was
Thank
for
you.
work. I'm looking for an alternative to WebEx, so I found something I think may work. So we'll see how it is. Hey, so let's. I'm going to pretend real quick that I'm still asking the question, and a follow-up question, Don. Would
Okay.
you have been satisfied if they had released a Headmaster RC that was a bat, or a turkey, or a goose, or a bear, or something during Beast Wars?
Can I just interject here and say I would have liked to see a goose in Beast Wars?
That would have been great.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been a figure to take a gander at. I know.
Well, I down it again.
Don, never stop being you. Always be you. I love that.
Dinobot, get RC out of your mouth.
Although,
Stick to
can we
gold, pony
trademark? Can we trademark Rob's thing there? I don it again.
Oh, that
a
could
little
be a shirt.
spinning marquee. There's Don.
Diecast, put that down for our TFCon shirts.
Oh.
Okay.
Why not do the Headmaster version just because that way you got a definitive version? If you didn't care about the Headmaster feature, you could just be your G1 RC for your movie collection. And it just, after a while, it just seemed to me like, this is the only character from the movie you haven't done that was a main character, or at least a primary, secondary character. And that's why I was asking, just because it seemed like, well, we're not going to do it because it's a girl toy. You've got people that want this toy, not just me. After a while, I did stop asking because they knew. And if they didn't know, how?
Oh. Don.
So-
You weren't going to let them go without reminding them enough.
Yeah,
That's why
it's just-
you became a legend. Legend
Well,
is because of that, right?
Well, I just wanted a toy that I thought needed to be made, and show the fact that, yes, this is a girl toy, but it's a part of an important part of a line that needs to be made. I was just looking for the definitive version so that way we cover as many people's collection desires. And also, as I was saying about the every kid watching the show would like, cool, I get to help out. And if you're a Headmaster, that's the ultimate power fantasy, that you can be part of this robot and fight in this intergalactic war for peace and justice and love and everything, but you're still you.
I would say that Pretenders would be a little more like ultimate fantasy fulfillment.
But I'm just saying, and then that would have worked into the play pattern. Kids could have pretended they were part of this, because everything you see in science fiction about people becoming robots is this dark, dystopian, you lose yourself, you become part of the machine, you become a RoboCop reboot that's not any good.
The music, the moment, you know, and you never ever let it go. Sorry.
So it was just the fact that not only it fit the play pattern, the kids could imagine they were part of this giant epic war. It just seemed like it would solve so many problems getting a character that a lot of people want. That's what it was.
I think Hasbro has a deal with the third parties. Like, we'll let you make whatever figures you want. You just don't make a Headmaster RC. You can make an RC. We won't be happy about that one, but do not make a Headmaster RC.
I swear, I do not know this for sure. And I've talked to Aaron Archer several times in the years on various subjects. He's always been a very pleasant man. I've loved talking to him. But I swear, I think on his old wall, there's like, do not make this toy for this guy. It's on his wall. It's like
no, Don. What he had was the Ghostbusters logo, but with you in it instead of the ghost.
Oh yeah.
Now, Don, I was just thinking about this while you were talking about that. You and I both know the older fandom around that time was a lot different. The way they behaved. And so I'm like thinking, you know, maybe early 90s people have probably been more like, huh, yeah, at first when you started asking that question. What, and, you know, I wasn't at those first BotCons because I was like, you know, in high school. What was the reaction at first before everyone started going, oh, here it comes again?
Well, it really wasn't that until a lot later. Cause,
yeah.
You know, it was. I remember at 94 or 95 when I asked the first time, I got a lot of people clapping because it was
right.
It was the first time you could get any kind of direct contact with. You could send them letters, you could call them, but this was 96. The internet, 94. The internet was this unknown thing at the time, and we actually had all this. You could talk to people that made your favorite toy.
Right.
And a lot of people realized, hey, this is a toy that's not been made.
Why
you know?
Yeah, we were so much more innocent back then too. It was like, hey, that could happen because, you know, that's just the way we all acted back then. Yeah. So I'm like, that literally I was just like thinking like, we all we started. I think it was around Beast Wars when it started becoming a joke because I think around then everyone started getting a little more sarcastic and cynical. But it really was like hey man, that guy's Metal Hulk costume is great.
Can you imagine if we didn't have the internet today, what it would be like? We'd still be going into the store like, I hope I get a Jetfire one day, a really nice one. And then we go in and it's like, it's another Bumblebee.
Can you imagine what it would be like buying third-party toys if there wasn't an internet?
Yeah.
I kind of miss
You have to get a
days.
magazine or something to get it.
I kind of miss those days in some way because, you know, since maybe 10, 15 years ago, we're all like, I know exactly what's coming out, when's coming out a year ahead of time. Back then, there was a little bit more of a, hey, they put out Transmetal Prowl in black.
I miss that.
Yeah, me too. It was nice.
Well, we've talked about this, like for BotCon. I miss the early BotCon days when John and Carl said, okay, here they're going to announce where the figure was. I mean, where it was going to be, or Wayne.
And mailed it in,
and you knew it was going to be a basic figure, or a Voyager figure, or an Ultra figure, when they were still using the Ultra class. Mm-hmm. So, but that's all you knew was a size, class, and a price point. And now, if you knew the size class, you could kind of guess, okay, it's going to be one of these three molds, but who's it going to be?
Well, also, it was fun, you know, we had our speculation threads and all that, but also, it wasn't like now where you got to get that Joker registered as soon as you can or you're going to miss out. You could literally have waited till you got there and bought it there.
Yeah.
And if you didn't want it, there was someone going to buy it. They would buy it back, didn't they?
I don't remember that.
Maybe it was the dealers would buy it from you pretty much instantaneously. I mean, it was no problem.
Well, especially after that first BotCon, when we all got G2 breakdowns.
Right.
That pretty much said, like, okay, we want to make sure we get these exclusives, you know, and that's because, again, look what that G2 breakdown goes for now. You
you remember when the exclusive was like something, like now it's like, oh, hey, oh, that's it. You know, like back then, Matt, I think you remember like I do. It was special. You're like, hey, that's why you still have your breakdown. I know you're like, I've got this. I got this for going there.
Yeah.
The other thing with the old BotCon exclusives that I think really sets it apart is, you could guess, you know, it'll be within this range of molds, but even when you're doing the, who's it going to be thing, most of that stuff was new characters. It wasn't, you know, what existing character is this toy going to be made into like it is now.
You know, now we have like a million conventions a year and all sorts of exclusives and all that. BotCon at the time was kind of like Super Bowl or WrestleMania. It was the highlight of the year. It was like, all right, everything has culminated into this.
Well,
this is it was like just the way it was. Like, all right, next year starts now.
Well, some of the stories I've heard, it sounds like it was WrestleMania.
Depends.
Well, imagine walking in, not knowing what the exclusives are, and they pull out Antagony, or they pull out the X9 Ravage, Cybertron from the X9 Ravage mold. Or they pull out the Jetstorm, the Cyclonus from the Jetstorm mold. I mean, you had no idea what you were getting until now. Granted, there was some disappointments. You know, it was like 96, the disaster with that exclusive.
I love that exclusive.
Well, but the crap we went through at 96 was not worth the exclusive.
You mean you didn't like your sheet cake, Don? And your warm water.
Okay, I'm going to tell this story. I hope that's okay, Brian and Chris, because in 1996, the show was run by another company. John and Carl ran 94. Raksha ran a very tight convention, 95. Very good convention. 96 was run by another company, and the disaster. There was no name tags. They had to run out and buy "Hello, my name is" name tags.
And after a while, it's just pieces of paper.
Exactly. If
people writing on their shirts.
Yeah. If you paid,
you just walk in, man.
If you paid for early admission to the dealer's room, you got a gold star to stick on your. I think it was a gold star or something to know that you paid early. So that means anyone could have run out and bought a gold star and got in early. The 10-year anniversary showing of the movie was.
Everyone, look at this videotape for a minute. Let's sing "Happy Birthday" to it.
Yeah. And it was on VHS tape. The cake was served without utensils or plates on a napkin with tap water.
Served from that thing from McDonald's. Like they didn't even get the punch that came with it.
Yeah, it was just a bowl of water and a plastic cup. So we went through a lot for that Onyx Primal. That Onyx Primal isn't what we went through.
I have in one of my old zines an ad for RM Transcon 2 put on by the same guys.
Oh yeah. Now,
and it's just like you open it and look and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
See, like this isn't charming.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why '97 was such a huge year. John and Carl actually have gone on record. They went in debt for that convention because they were trying to save the brand.
Right.
But that's when you had Stan Bush come out and his crew to do the live concert. You got the CDs of the Protoform sessions and all that. You got the Fractal and Rat Trap set, which I have here from last week, just in case anyone's seen it.
Neat.
Cool.
So yeah, I've segued off a cliff, and I apologize. But it's having that direct access then meant you could finally get figures that I would still want, like the stuff they showed at 94 that was canceled for G2, like the Go Boss Racing rig.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that we'll never get.
You know, it's the way. I think you and I could go on forever about how it was just such a different time then. Like it's almost.
Yeah, I'd actually like to hear that as like a proper show topic at some point.
Man.
Because like
with a long episode.
With the two of you in the same place, well, it's a long episode already, but with the two of you in the same place, I mean, there's a lot of field you can cover, and I, for one, find it really interesting to listen to. Yeah, you know, having not experienced a lot of that myself.
Well, you were around for a bit there too. There, weren't you, Ultimus Prime?
Yeah, but
97-ish,
99.
99, yeah.
But I mean, there is still a lot of stuff that happened before that, and I mean, I didn't go to any BotCons until 2012, so you know, it's all stories to me, and it's always interesting to hear. Why don't we move on to the next question, Rob?
Okay. Our friend Greg Sullivan, he's from both podcasts, Shattercast Uncut and Good Morning Cybertron, good friends of mine and of the show. He goes on to ask, I have a question for Q&A. It's Q to the A. Of all the Grail gotten have it of all the, you know, Holy Grail gotta have it figures you finally got, which was the biggest letdown?
I know mine right off the bat. As soon as I saw this question, I was like, I know exactly what it is.
Kronos?
Well, nah. We've talked about it. It was that.
I love Skype so much. I love Skype.
This is fantastic.
I know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good Lord.
Pretty awesome.
Just, so, again, getting right into the guts of your response, and boom, no audio.
Yeah.
We should keep that in the show, and just when he starts talking, like play like a song or something.
I could never justify on eBay paying you know, like 100, 150.
Yes, we did not hear any. We did not hear any of your answers.
Don't tell them, but keep going. But keep going. Anyway.
That cast started.
The last thing we heard was titanium.
Yeah, go ahead and just start over. What was it?
Okay, so the titanium Ultra Magnus figure. Of course, it's die-cast, and the titanium figures, even with all their faults, I really enjoyed that line of toys. And that G1 Ultra Magnus was like impossible to find in the stores, and I never found it in the stores, and I could never justify going on eBay and paying like $100 to $150 for however much they were going for, because they were so rare. So I was actually at OmegaCon, and I found one for like, or it might have been ShardaCon, one of those cons, and I found it for like, I think I paid like $25 or $30 for it, and I was like, I saw it, and I was instantly like, take my money, and I got it, and I played with it for one or two times, and I was like, oh my god, this figure is horrible. Just like, I can't believe I wanted this for, it was probably a good 5-6 years, and then I finally got the figure, and I was like, well, I'm glad that feeling's finally gone, but now I'm left with this feeling of regret.
No, the bacon of regret. Oh no,
man. Put this behind something else.
Yeah, Don ought to have a great answer for this because he has basically everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to think, because my holy grails have been pretty big figures and stuff that I knew I wanted to spend the money for.
Stuff that ain't came out yet.
I guess my biggest regret, in general, it may not be a holy grail, but was buying Supreme Cheetor when it came out at full retail.
That's a big kitty.
It's a big kitty. I guess that's just my biggest regret, is actually even buying the thing, because it's just crap.
I was
Yeah, so that was.
I'm late on my cable bill because of this toy.
So that was probably my biggest toy purchase regrets.
Yeah, because like most of your Grail stuff, you got like a long time ago.
Before they really became, it was just stuff that.
Yeah.
The only Holy Grail after the fact would either be the clear Godfire Convoy set that was a Toys R Us Japan exclusive.
And man, is that a letdown.
And a Blackfire Convoy. So,
less of a letdown.
What is it about you and Kilby and hating RID?
Look, I like Fire Convoy well enough, but add that Ultra Magnus in and it's terrible.
I'm gonna send you a box of Massey.
That sounded horrible.
Yeah, is this like a Schrodinger thing where I won't know
sure that is the
live or not until I open the box?
That is our new catchphrase.
I will send it to you and it'll be labeled from Hasbro Toy Shop.
That's fine because I barely ever order from Hasbro Toy Shop, so I'll know not to open it.
We'll get our announcer to do it. RFC, we'll send you a box full of Massey.
How about y'all?
I don't really have any like Grail stuff I've ever pursued really.
How about Ranger stuff or Sentai stuff that was just a big letdown? Other than Tor.
I don't really mind Tor that much, honestly.
Whenever I've gotten something like that, it wasn't so much that I've had one that was a letdown. I think I pretty much knew what to expect. It was more of a, well, what do I look forward to now? What's next for the big I have to have thing, I think that's just like a mindset you have when you buy this stuff. It's like, this is the target, and I've got, well, crap. It's like day after Christmas. What do I do now?
As far as mine goes, I was actually not let down with the toy at all. It was my G1 Fortress Maximus. It's the fact that I finished piecing one together on eBay about a month before they announced the reissue.
Oh, man.
Although, I mean, like, on the same token, though, you have with that Fortress Maximus the memory and the knowledge that you put a lot of effort into doing this. It's special. It's not just a reissue that you got off the shelf. You put a lot of time into getting your Fortress Maximus.
You know, in my Fort Max, I was really looking forward to get him. I got him right out of college, and he was like an unobtainable thing, And then I wasn't let down so much as the fact that he brutally beat me all night while I was trying to play with him. It was like, that.
How does that happen?
Well, that baby hands thing you do while you're playing with your toys to make sure you don't break anything or whatever. That basically, when you're holding a very heavy toy, means you're going to drop it in your lap once or twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and let's just say, without stereotypes, I sit my people style. So it landed in a certain area, and then like the way the thing folds together to make a. When you fold him up into city mode, you know how you fold his legs up, and the thigh kind of folds up into his leg a little.
Yeah. It can't delivers into them.
Yeah.
Mine is still really tight, that hinge, and it totally snapped and gave me a blood blister straight down my.
Oh,
God, it literally busted, and I was like bleeding. I'm like, I wanted you for so long, and you have hit my junk, bruised my arm.
Rob,
I am putting you down.
You said two of the worst things I've ever heard tonight, and that's.
And they're like on completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
So I just want to jump in real quick and say that for me.
Yeah, yours are probably Masterpiece Hot Rod, right?
That's what I was going to
say. You're exactly right.
He imported it.
Masterpiece Hot Rodimus, while it's not a toy, as soon as I found out that thing was coming out, I pre-ordered it. I love Rodimus Prime. I love him. I love Season 3, and I vastly prefer Rodimus Prime to Optimus Prime. So as soon as I got MPO1, I said, this is great, but you know what? It would be better if it was Rodimus Prime. So
nope.
For what, 10 years almost, I really wanted a Masterpiece Rodimus Prime. It's the worst. I will never forgive myself for that.
I have a large, expensive Action Master Rodimus Prime.
Yes, that's exactly.
You transform it, it will still fall apart.
Yes,
mine's good. I'm not looking though.
Didn't his have its shoulder like blow out in the shelf?
In glass. It was behind glass.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh.
Sounds like cosmic rust.
I've actually seen people comment in various threads of how after they got Masterpiece Rodimus, whichever version, they actually brought the titanium one back out of storage and put it back on the shelf instead of him.
That's good titanium.
So
I only have a couple titaniums, and Rodimus Prime is one of them, and it stays on a shelf. It's literally like a foot away from me over there right now.
It's not a bad figure.
Yeah, no, it's
not. It's not. It needs the torque snaps more, but I mean, build-wise, it's not bad. John, you got a lot of stuff. Have you had the Holy Grail gone bad experience?
GT Slingshot. Because I opened him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing you can do to not break him once you open him. Turns out.
Thanks to Jake, I got one. He is in one piece still.
Have you touched him in like 10 years?
I touched it last week.
I was just thinking about the gold plastic syndrome and like the guys with the black Xerix.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want it so bad, son of a.
Story.
That's why I keep hoping. That's why I keep hoping for an encore reissue.
Yeah.
Something so we can, because we need more of these encores out from these molds before we lose them completely.
This is a horrible, horrible, horrible joke, but we should do it. Next time we go to one of these cons and they have like Black Xeric or like a G2 Slingshot or something in one of those glass display cases, like overnight sneak it out and replace it with a pile of gold glitter.
Rob, you
and like a GoPro.
You are evil. That is evil.
He just like states away. Like the Sonic carrying of the screaming.
Okay, so Rob, one more question I think we got today.
Yeah. One more. Sent to us during recording from our good friend Bailey. Computron 2, he's in the chat. Bailey goes on to... Hang on, let me scoot this sticky note down so I can read it. It is, "Hi, RFC. What do you think is the likelihood of there ever being a Shattered Glass ongoing series after Rid and More Than Meets the Eye concludes? Thank your friend, Computron2, who will cut me if I call him Phil one more time.
Well,
I don't know if they'll do a Shattered Glass after Robots in Disguise More Than Meets the Eye. I guess it depends, because that's so far into the future. I mean, who knows? Anything could happen. I mean, you know. But we're hoping that, you know, it goes for a long time, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though. I mean, I guess it just depends on who's writing next.
You know, I want to be like, no, but then, like, you say that and you're totally right, because I didn't like Drift until More Than Meets the Eye. You know, it takes a good writer to sell something, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of thing, too. I don't really want to conceptualize a time when James Roberts and John Barber aren't writing the books.
Yeah, that's the other thing is it's like, no, I'm not going to go there. I can't. My brain will not go around wrap around that.
Like the only way
the Dark Ages again.
The only way I would like be able to internalize that is if like one of them did a handoff to Mildred Scott.
Well, the thing is also the whole hating on Shattered Glass is strange because we all say BotCon's in it for the money, yada yada yada. How many of us remember the years and years and years of Mirror Universe Transformers fiction that went on forever? That was like a commonplace in this fandom. You know, that was pretty much legitimizing the old tentpole, you know?
I don't actually remember that, but okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google grouped that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus also the Shattered Glass fiction that we have gotten from FunPub has been a lot more interesting than what you would think it to be. So
I don't dig the fiction as much, but I got to admit when I see like some of the way they look in drawings and toys and all, I'm like, I do dig the way that looks.
The other problem with this too is that, like, yeah, if Hasbro wanted to have an ongoing Shattered Glass, they would be taking that property away from FunPub. FunPub wouldn't be able to use it anymore.
That's the next thing.
Because they came up with the concept of Nexus. Which one's the name of the you know
Nexus Maximus?
Is it the Maximus or the Prime?
It was Nexus Maximus because they wanted to use. Yeah, they wanted to do it.
Time away from FunPub because they wanted to fit it into their own version of the original 13 Transformers, and FunPub had to drop the storyline they were building with that because it was off limits to them suddenly. Shattered Glass would be the same thing if they wanted to turn it into an ongoing series.
You know, guys, if we want to solve this problem, all they got to do is put out a one-shot. You know what I mean? Just like Hasbro, taking things away from the fans.
Well, again, I'm not reading More Than Meets the Eye on RID. I'm not reading it yet, but
you should be.
Should be,
it's
yeah.
a book.
Yeah.
Aren't the
especially right now? If anything was going to get close to a Shattered Glass, it would be right now.
And aren't the first like 5 trades of each series pretty cheap on Comixology right now?
Well, they did have a sale recently.
They always have a sale.
Actually, no, it was like 3 years since they had the last sale. So
there's always something, though. I mean,
well, on Comixology, they've got all their titles and stuff. But
what was it, $50 or $60 for the first 30 issues of both books?
Yeah, it was something like that.
That was just recently.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
But, you know, they could if they wanted to test the waters without going whole hog, is they could have a character from More Than Meets the Eye or RID, whichever one, Cliff Jumper if they wanted to follow the same pattern that that FunPub used, or Rewind, Eject, whoever, and they could maybe be kind of catapulted into a Shattered Glass universe for a 4-issue miniseries, just to see how it does, and then get that character back to the regular continuity, say minutes after they left. So if you read the Shattered Glass and you like it, they can say, hey, can we see more of this down the road? And if it doesn't do well, it doesn't affect the timeline. Because he was only gone a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
I think, ultimately, rather than taking Shattered Glass, the existing property, they would do something more like what Don is saying and do a Mirror Universe concept original to IDW to explore that concept rather than removing what FunPub has already done and working within that framework. Because there's been a lot done to that already, and it would be easier just to start over on a similar line and probably do it better.
And personally, I would love to see them do that. Same thing, but instead of Shattered Glass, Robots in Disguise, Car Robots universe. Because I'm saying it'd be kind of weird. You know, they could have the same character be catapulted into a Robots in Disguise from Robots in Disguise. So
can we just focus on ExVee's face right now?
I'm just like, wait, a RID based on RID in RID terms.
Okay, so for one thing, they're dropping the Robots in Disguise subtitle from that book in like 2 months.
Okay,
so that's the thing that's happening. So that shoots one of your legs out from under you, Don.
Well, I've been asking because you remember when Dreamwave you could send in the card if you wanted to be either a Beast Wars series or a Car Robot series. Yeah. I was one of the 6% that voted for the Car Robot series. The other 94% voted Beast Wars.
Well, you got a good one shot out of it. Oh, he hit that hard.
I want more.
You know how Don? You can tell Don's single. He's drinking out of a 2-liter.
That was like Jägermeister. That face he just made. More. Slow down, you drunk.
But I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make it run long. It's just they could do that for a lot of different concepts. Have an audience affiliation character from the existing book go into this universe, and have the character come back right after they left, so that way they're not affecting their timeline any, other than that character's personal experiences. And then
it could be a great storyline in an existing book. I don't think in any case they would go to the existing Shared Glass universe, and I don't think they would actually make like a full ongoing out of it, because it's easier just to play in the playground they've already put together and not try to build something new unless they specifically need like reboot material, which they have not done a full out reboot since they started. They just like soft reset
reboots,
yeah.
Or just, make it make sense eventually.
If we got great writers on all the books right now, and if one of them would like to explore that concept, I would love to see it. Just not ongoing. That's my take on it.
It's people like you that people like me can't have Regeneration 1 ongoing.
I'm glad.
We have Joe versus.
Yes, we'd rather have good books, Don.
We got TF versus Joe, Don. TF versus Joe forever.
All right, so let's very quickly go to break, and we will come back with a brief discussion topic that Kilby wants us to talk about.
I'm just checking my Comixology to see when I last bought because I bought the Dark Cybertron one, and I don't remember.
So, do you guys? Does everyone have enough info to talk about that, or
no?
If you don't hear,
what was it? What was it?
McFeely Patreon thing.
Patreon thing.
I just put the link in there.
Okay, thanks.
Real talk, have to drop off. I just saw the time. I gotta get up at 4.
So you gotta go?
Yeah, I totally do. So the show goes smoothly now.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, I won't be on this week because I'll be in Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Well, we can't do the topic then. So let's.
We squeezed a lot of material out of you, for between this week and next week. So.
Yeah. Y'all could totally do the topic and just randomly burp.
No, it's fine.
Just put if Jason Voorhees thing on our screen.
I actually kind of had you in mind when I suggested that. So let's just not do a topic. I'll edit ExVee's comment. Well, we're running way long. We can't.
Who's been reading the Books of Blood?
Yeah.
Who's been reading Books of Blood?
Yeah,
I read the first.
I'll edit that out. I'll edit ExVee's line about the topic out. So let's go ahead and we can come back and end it.
Okay, cool, man.
Okay.
And that's the show.
Yeah, get some sleep, Rob.
I need some.
Congrats on the job,
Rob.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the job. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
See ya.
Knock him down.
Have a good evening.
Oh, okay. Well,
learn that COBOL.
I totally will. I'll see. I will write. I promise a new Book of the Blood up soon.
Okay, cool.
All right. Later, guys. How do I hang up this damn thing?
I'll do it for you.
How do I hang up this damn thing?
There it goes. Okay.
Well, if you wait long enough, it'll hang itself up.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just close your computer screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm recording.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, so that will be our show for this week. Extremely long, though it was.
Good
Rob's
discussion.
Rob's already had to duck out on us to go get some sleep, but you can find him on Twitter at RoboRobSpringer. And he's on Tumblr, too. Is that also RoboRobSpringer?
I believe so. Or no, it's...
We'll go with that.
Google RoboRobSpringer in Tumblr, and I'm certain
you'll
find something. Yeah. And he's also the main contributor to our blog at tfradio.net/blog.
You might find something you don't want, too.
True.
Well, yeah, it is Tumblr.
It's Tumblr, yeah.
99% of Tumblr is something you don't want.
Robo Rob, come on, man.
So, Amy, where can we find you when you're not here with us most of the year?
Most of the time, I'm on Twitter, so you can find me at Lady of Rec.
Diecast?
Most of the time, I'm on Twitter. When I remember it exists, I'm like, oh yeah, that Twitter's a thing, and I should be active on that. But I'm at Diecast 2 on Twitter, and if you can find me on Facebook, I'm on Facebook somewhere. Some people have found me, but that's kind of like a hunt and find treasure, you know, like, ooh, I found him, because it's not as easy. So,
John, how about you? Where can we find you at?
That John D on Twitter.
And Don, of course, you are HMRC for ER everywhere, aren't you?
I'm sorry, I just had a jet fly over. What was that, sir?
What are you underneath the airport?
Flush the toilet.
No, I'm on the flight path to Norfolk, and we get fighter jets.
For some reason, I see the jet transforming in front of him, and then like somebody in the background rapping about it. So
it's Starscream.
Yes, jet transformation, Transformers. Okay.
I can be found on Twitter at HMRC.
Aerial bots are taking their shots.
Yes, Don, you're HMRC for EVR everywhere.
Everywhere, pretty much, exactly. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook. That's pretty much it.
And, of course, Melvar is too smart to be on social media, so, you know, props to you. And Kilby whores himself out wherever he can, so just look for, like, Brian Kilby or B Kilby or whatever. And follow us at TF Radio and superhero_time. And do we have any other shows that are running right now that have Twitters?
New Soundwave has a Twitter.
Audio Nights Theater, which is Ninja Dave's podcast, or his project that he's working on. He's doing like a roll call for that, which is a audio drama of More Than Meets the Eye.
It's good. You got to listen to it. It's awesome. I think they're up to like what, issue 4?
Issue 3.
Or
about
to publish out 4. Yeah.
They need to get McFeely in there when they start getting mega
And
I suppose you guys heard that one, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I said the minute I saw it, I put on Twitter, if IDW does not start doing audiobooks with him doing the readings for Megatron and Ravage, they're missing out on a gold mine.
But yeah, you can find us on Facebook. And did we actually get our own Tumblr for RFC?
Yeah, I've had one for like 4 years.
Do you do anything with it? Because you never mention it, really. I
was posting updates to the site, but we only have like 31 fans, and that like never changed. So yeah, I kind of stopped. But if one of you guys want to do it, you can have fun with that. So.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
And of course YouTube, which we can get to that through tfvideo.net still, can't we?
No, I think I let that domain go.
That's a shame. That's kind of a shame, dude. You need to buy more. You need to buy more novelty domains.
I'm about to let blah blah Digimon go.
Oh, yell at Ken for that, not me.
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's enough plugging and bitching about people, and that'll be our show. So thanks for joining us on the live stream. And remember, we stream live every Wednesday night around 8:30 Eastern, with pre-show at least half an hour before.
And we normally end at like 9:30.
Yes, it's usually not 2 hours long.
Well, usually I don't have a show with 7 people either.
Or no, usually up until recently, Rob hasn't been on the show, so it's an
adjustment. Yeah, but I mean, we had a pretty full house, so that didn't hurt.
That's true.
I'm pretty confident up until the point when you kept adding more and more people to the show.
But what a great cast!
It's great having everybody here. Don't get me wrong.
The fish couldn't make it, but maybe next time.
Yep.
Sorry. Great job, ExVee.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, the fish.
I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say. How long has it been since he's been on?
Like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he was the first.
Y'all had
he went to college, and it's like he dropped off the face of the planet.
Well, he dropped off because I'm like, no more.
Oh no!
You had Abe Vigoda on here, and you didn't tell anybody.
I saw potential in this kid. Kind of like, I had like a cup-like interest in his hot rod, but he kind of just
right.
He kind of just stayed hot rod and didn't, transform into Rodimus Prime.
Rodimus.
Heyo. Yeah, good kid though.
For a while there was following him on Twitter.
I think he unfollowed everybody.
Aww.
I think we're still friends on Facebook. I'm the fish. You're listening to Radio Free Cybertron.
Well, maybe he'll come back in a couple years. Everybody has that moment where you'll.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Veronica?
All right.
What if he comes back and he's like totally awesome?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to find out.
What if he comes back and he's like, doing something really awesome with like Transformers and stuff.
That's okay.
Like changes the fandom forever.
That's fine.
Hot Rod just doesn't do it for him anymore.
Yeah. That's fine. He's a good kid, but yeah. I don't think if Tomcat X wanted to come back from 16 years ago or 14 years ago that I'd probably let that happen either. Do you remember Tomcat X, ExVee?
Not really.
Yeah. Or Rat Trap 007. If he wanted to come back now.
I remember him.
Turin could probably, well, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, before he comes back, he needs to finish writing the parody.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just writing it and pretending that he submitted it. I just have to watch all that Monty Python stuff.
Or not.
Oh, I still have him on Facebook too, so cool. I haven't heard from him for a while. Go check him out. Sorry, I'm back to the fish again.
That's okay. He was a good kid. Just not coming back.
Yeah. It's like superhero time. There's people we've had on that just aren't going to be coming back.
So, so there's like an interview process now?
Yeah, basically for me too.
Yeah. Whether people realize it or not.
We added a new we added like a new person to the guest roster, and I've started doing the interview process beforehand too. It's not anything like formal or anything. I just want to talk to them, make sure like they can fit in and actually like talk for an hour or two.
There was a time when I couldn't say no. I've learned to say no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. You're wearing your big boy pants now.
My big boy pants.
No, his Shoney pants.
I don't get that.
Big boy Shoney.
Big boy. Are Big Boy and Shoney's the same thing? I thought they were two different companies.
They were the same company many years ago, and then they split up.
I wasn't around then, Don.
The joke was still funny.
Don was never a kid.
I bet he was a kid at one point. We just didn't have...
No, he said earlier he wasn't a kid.
This is where Don mentions, oh yeah, service merchandise.
But all the daguerreotypes were lost.
I think Don's coming to my house to get me.
Probably. He's packing up Massey right now.
Nope. I'm going to show you I was young at one time.
Ooh, he's got pictures.
He had to blow the dust off.
These haven't been open for a while.
This is
like this is on a tin plate, right?
Brian, you've seen this. This is my 1988 prom picture.
Oh no.
Did he have hair?
Yeah. I saw this.
Oh, and then he still has the cat too.
Different cat. That's his dad.
That's my dad, and that's Bo. And then that's me in my dusty gray my light blue tux, and my dusty rose cummerbund.
Nice. Sporting a good one.
So
when was that?
Was it polyester?
75?
88.
Oh.
88.
Oh, that's far off.
Awesome.
remember, Don was born in 1970, so it's really easy to do the math and figure out what year was what.
I was born in 1970s too.
1970.
I was in second grade, Don, if that helps.
Do what?
I was in second grade, if that helps.
It doesn't. Not at all.
In 88. I was in third.
I was 3.
I'd have to do the math, and math is too hard for me right now.
88.
How
I was
old are you?
6.
I was born in 76, so I'm 38 this year. Woo.
You would never guess, though, Amy.
No.
I know. I've had a lot of people say that. My parents looked really young for a really long time, too. I think it must be genetics or something.
I figured you're maybe like 25 tops.
Oh, really? Jeez.
She's married, Don. She's married.
Stop
I
trying.
know, I know, and she's got kids on the way. I know. Well,
On the way. They're running around in the back of the video. They're not.
They're playing iPads right now. My oldest is 11.
Hey, more kids on
That's
the way.
amazing, Amy.
Yeah, really.
I'm really feeling it right now. I mean, like, wait, dang, I do not remember it being this hard. It's like, wow, okay, I'm feeling my age. I might not be looking it, but I'm feeling it. Oh.
So what grade is your son in? 6th grade?
I just turned 35 last week.
Okay.
Happy birthday. I didn't know that.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're not on Facebook to tell me that.
Or anything like that.
Yeah. Any social media to alert us.
Yeah.
You know, we would have got you Armada Star Screens or Scoops or...
Armada Star Screens a good toy, old and new.
I have it.
I like Scoop.
I have them both.
The GX paint's gonna be.
But if we all bought them, we could finally clear the shelves, and maybe something new would come in.
Oh, my Walmart just got them.
Yeah, now that they've gone back up to full price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere's gone back. Everywhere's gone back up. Target and Walmart.
I think I'm not going to.
Kmart's up to $18.
Jesus Christ! I don't think I'm going to actually edit the podcast and put it together tonight. I think I'll leave that for tomorrow.
Oh, I
well,
thought you
considering
said edit the podcast. I was like,
well,
oh.
I'm not going to edit. I'm going to
cut out the drops and redo the ending.
Yes.
But I mean, no. Otherwise, we actually did really good for like editing content.
Oh yeah, I don't think
everybody watched really well. So
did Don drop the F-bomb when he was talking about Cheetor?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I think so, yeah.
He said something very quiet. I couldn't tell.
Well, he was saying a lot of things very quiet because the sound was going in and out.
But it's Cheetor. It's a Cheetor toy.
It's almost justifiable in that case. No, I was paying a lot of attention to Rob catching himself too. What, Amy? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I think I might have remembered if he had said the F word, but yeah, I don't.
It's such a functional word.
It is.
Just not on the podcast. That's Good job, ExVee. It's a hard job, but you pulled it off well.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part is, like, Rob and Don went into that story, and it was just too interesting. I couldn't make them stop.
Well, and another thing is, one complication that you have that I don't have is you don't have me trying to design like what the show needs to. I don't do the show notes for myself. I mean, I do, but it's not somebody else doing it for me. I'm not telling you, hey, cut to break, or this is running long.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so that's I just tell myself that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Rob, come on, Rob.
No, I mean, no, the story was really interesting, and if I was not, like, invested in hearing the story, I probably would have tried to cut them off.
Having Rob back is totally worth it. It is totally worth it, but it's added a layer of complexity to the show. Sort of putting it together.
No, but I mean, I was serious earlier, too. Just like 1 week having Rob and Don talk about some of the old stuff.
Oh yeah, I like to hear those stories, too.
But don't forget John. Oh, yeah. John's been to so many BotCons as well.
Yeah, I guess since 98?
That's a good amount of time.
That's a good amount of time, yeah.
Well, considering that he probably went to the 5th one and has been almost every one since. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I missed 07 inexplicably.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Why would I miss that one?
So, John, where do you think this year is going to be?
I always default to Texas on non-movie because...
Yeah, it seems like John's one of the few people who can just assume it'll be in his backyard and have like a 50-50 chance of being right.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I bet... You know what? Maybe Chicago? I don't know, Chicago or Texas, like middle of America or Texas.
BotCon has never been to Chicago, has it?
I think it was once.
Yeah, 96. 96 was BotCon.
96. Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I remember somebody saying that.
And 95 was, I think 95.
Let's do Durham again. How about that?
It's not. but definitely Fun Pub BotCon has never been to Chicago. I mean, if I was counting the old BotCon, I would have counted OTFCC 03 and 04.
I want to go back to where the 2005 one was, because that was an awesome hotel.
Yeah, that was a great hotel, but I bet it's now encircled by so much strip mall stuff that it wouldn't be as awesome as it was.
That was probably.
I love that hotel.
That's probably the best hotel we've been in since. And this is not a Fun Pub thing. I'm just saying, as far as the quality of the service, the people there. I mean, I slept on the bed, the hide-a-bed in the couch, and it was like super comfortable.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Especially for a hide-a-bed, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was pretty great. And it was kind of weird when Perk and Pick, I got the room with them, and they were in the other room, and they would always close the door. I don't know why when they slept, but they closed the door instead of leaving it open. I could never figure that out.
It's so weird.
It's just odd.
They were an odd duo back in the day.
Yeah.
They're cool guys, but I don't know. There's something there, man.
Rob's not here to. This was the one that you missed, John. Rob's not here to share the story with us. But one of my favorite memories of Perk was when.
Is this the badass story?
Yeah, when the guys were trying to pick a fight with Recharge, and basically Perk and I think Tim basically got up beside of him, to sort of back him up, and Perk just had his arms crossed, had this like mean look on his face. I mean, he's like 5'3", and like 230 pounds probably at that point. So
I remember that, yeah.
That was 07 though. I thought that was 07. I thought that was Rhode Island.
I feel like very similar stories may have happened at several BotCons.
I'm certain. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Probably a good idea.
Brian. Yeah, try to feel better, Brian.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, get back and have some hemo rage.
Yeah, it's good to be back for a bit.
Yeah, thank you for being back on, Amy. It's been a while, so whenever you're up to it.
Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
Okay, I will. We'll see.
No,
okay, people watching live, we'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Later.